All right. We're back with this week's Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the 10th movie of the MCU. Can you believe it? That's already 10th movie. Back in 2014, I don't think I even counted there was 10 of these movies. But I remember that this one was something I never heard of or not familiar with of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I didn't know what to expect of it, I didn't know who the leaders or the members are, or if there are even the correct numbers of members or the whoever they are. I only know Gamora from Adam Warlock's Infinite Watch. And Drax.
You saw the Infinity.
Yeah.
Drax.
Yeah,
Drax actually appeared in the Iron Man comic book.
Oh, really?
The funny thing is, I didn't know what to think of this movie when it was coming out either. When I heard it first announced, I had Guardians of the Galaxy comic books, okay?
Oh.
But it didn't have any of these characters in it. Yondu was the only character that was in it. I thought it was like the comic book for the 90s. When I heard it announced, I was like, why would you make a movie about the Guardians of the Galaxy? That was like one of the suckiest comic books I've ever read in my life. And then when I saw the trailer, eventually the trailer came out, and then you saw like Rocket Raccoon and all those. I was like, who are these guys? I've never seen these guys before.
I got the same thing, and I think a lot of people on the internet back then, like, who are these guys? Who's Rocket Raccoon? But some of the people know who Rocket Raccoon was too.
Yeah, well, I think if you read, depending on what you read, I stayed away from Guardians of the Galaxy mainly. I didn't like Quasar and all that other. I didn't like all this space Marvel stuff normally. I stayed away from that kind of stuff.
Oh, you're right. Like, because this is really off the wall at that time, right? I didn't know who, like, it feels like it wasn't tied to any of the, Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor that we saw. The only closest connection
it wasn't Avengers. It wasn't Avengers.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the Avengers. It wasn't the Fantastic Four. It wasn't X-Men, which mainly that's all I'd read. Really, X-Men ventured out in space, and the only people I saw on the X-Men usually were the Starjammers and the Brood and all these other alien cultures. Mainly, the Kree. I think I've seen the Kree, and then the Chitauri was all in X-Men.
Oh yeah.
And of course, like I said, I had Guardians of the Galaxy. I think I got 2 comics. It was about one of those packs that come with all the different comic books.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason I got them.
You didn't seek out to just buy that.
I was like, this sucks. And basically, when I heard they're going to make a movie, I was like, man, whoever read this must have really been hardcore comic book.
But we still went and go sell it, right? Because I remember seeing this in a theater. I know I did.
Yeah, we went and saw the theater.
Yeah, we went to see this.
Yeah, we saw the theater together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Exactly. It's a setting. I didn't know what to expect. My expectations weren't low. They got higher after I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks interesting. It's got a talking raccoon. How could you not like a talking raccoon?
Yeah, and then it looks very comical, right? Like just from the trailer. Like it was a scene where John C. Reilly was in it when he was talking about like these are the prisoners. Yeah. What a bunch of a-holes. I didn't even know what to expect.
He goes, what? I don't know how this machine works.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Chris Pratt was great.
Plus it had that song, all the music.
Yes,
the
soundtrack was kick-ass.
Before.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chris Pratt in this movie, right, was the only reason I stopped watching Parks and Recreation after this movie. I never seen that movie this TV show before with Amy Poehler, but it was after this movie I stopped watching Parks and Recreation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not the reason I started watching Parks and Recreation.
Oh, really? Yeah. Even though Rashida Jones is in it, I never seen it until after watching Guardians of the Galaxy. What's also interesting?
I watched.
About Chris Pratt that I never knew. He's also one of those actors that he gains a lot of weight, right? And then he loses a lot of weight for a role. Because he's in a lot of serious movies too. Yeah. He was in Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I knew he was in it.
Yeah. He was in that Brad Pitt baseball movie. I forgot. Moneyball. That was a good movie. You ever seen it? No, that was a good movie. It's based on a true story. Yeah.
I'll write it on my log. Oh wait, I did see that.
Yeah,
I
Moneyball.
didn't know. Yeah, Moneyball.
Yeah, with Brad Pitt
I
and
didn't. I
Jonah
don't
Hill.
remember Chris Pratt being in that.
Chris Pratt was he was a
Yeah, I
baseball
don't remember
player.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, yeah, cause
I kind of figured that because he's
comedic.
that
Yeah,
athletic type guy. But I'm like, yeah, still to this moment, still don't remember.
yeah, yeah. I know he just like
Yeah, I remember the movie.
not too minor of a
I
role,
don't
you know, but
remember.
yeah. All right, so
Yeah, it must have been a little rogue because I don't remember. And I'm not going to go back and watch Moneyball just to see Chris Pratt, so
right.
I guess we'll be all right. I mean, I like Chris Pratt, but I haven't. There's still a lot of Chris Pratt movies. The only Chris Pratt movie I want to see is that one with him traveling with the chick from Hunger Games through space.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that though. The Passenger. Yeah, Passengers. Yeah, Passengers. Not Passengers.
Yeah, I want to see it. I mean, I don't know it was that good because I've never met anybody that's seen it. So
I haven't either. I think my sister's seen it, but I can't remember what she said. Passengers? Yeah, because obviously, I like Jennifer Lawrence a lot too. You know? I also like Zoe Saldana in this movie. Zoe Saldana, I don't know.
Yeah, I travel through space with her. I mean, she's got the most experience traveling through space.
I know, right? With the Star Trek
and Star Trek.
Ever since the first Star Trek.
Oh yeah,
I love this lady.
She also lived on this alien planet where she was blue.
Yes.
And huge.
Oh my gosh, she does have the most experience, right? It's kind of like Matt Damon being caught on all these things.
Yep. See? You just hang out with Zoe, you'll be okay.
So do you think
come on. That's why Captain Kirk likes that's why Captain Kirk likes green girls.
Green girls, right? Yeah, because it all started with Gamora.
I think everybody likes green girls. What are you talking about?
The only green person I know is She-Hulk and the Jolly Green Giant, you know? I mean, the Hulk.
Well, the Jolly Green Giant's not a girl.
I said green people I know.
Green people
green
people
I know, yes.
And anybody from Mars up until the 1950s, anybody from Mars was green.
Was it green? Because, Marty the Martian, right? Was it black?
The green men from Mars?
Yeah, in Mars Attacks. Are those people
green?
Yeah,
those guys weren't green.
No, those ones were, I can't remember all the alien races, okay?
Well, they were green.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good thing you don't travel the stars.
No. So what else did you like about this movie? Because, it feels like the soundtrack is very 80s, right? 80s, 70s? What time period is the soundtrack?
Oh, 70s.
It's 70s, yeah.
It was mostly 70s types. I guess it could go into the 80s, but a lot of it was just 70s type music.
Is it because when Peter was a boy?
I think one of them was 60s.
Peter was a boy? Oh, because his mother loved this music.
Peter's supposed to be however old Chris Pratt is supposed to be Peter's age.
Oh, so 88. So he's 8 or
but
9.
A lot of it was like music that he got from his mom, though.
Yeah.
And so, and remember, his mom is a lot of music his mom listened to.
Yes, it's the music his
mom
listened
to. When she hung out with his dad.
Yes, which we won't get into this
right now. She hung out with his dad.
Yeah.
Which we don't get to see until we see the second.
Yeah, it's the second one, so I don't want to touch on that right now.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, we don't touch on that one because.
Well, so in the beginning, what did she die from? Like some kind of terminal illness, right? They never touch on that. They just said,
cancer.
It's cancer. Okay.
I didn't say what type of cancer. But she got cancer. You eventually realize why she got cancer.
Yes, yeah. But I don't want to touch on that. She just died of cancer.
Hanging out with alien beings. Yeah, we already know that.
Stop it. Yeah. Stop it. Stop ruining it.
That's what we said. Not ruining it. Everybody's already seen all these movies.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
If you're following along, just watching the movies as we go, it's awesome. I'm sorry you didn't see everything. You can't see into the future like we can.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot to like about this movie. Mainly, I like the travel. I mean, the travel in space. Oh yeah. By the way, I also like the spaceship, the Milano.
The Milano, yeah. No, I read that in the comic book that he didn't have his name for a spaceship, right? It never had a name for the spaceship. It just
actually, the spaceship. They actually. I don't know that they named it, but we named it after. It's supposed to be Star-Lord Peter Quill's favorite actress when he leaves Earth.
Yes, it's Milano.
Named the ship Milano. Man, but it's not anywhere in the stories. So.
No, they never explained it. It's just because Milano from Who's the Boss.
That's the director. The director said that, which actually is a very awesome ship. It's like a hot rod.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd want it or the Millennium Falcon more. So that's a hard choice, because I
So
mean this
okay,
ship
when you
is really
compare
nice
like
compared
that,
to.
okay, when you compare like that, the Millennium Falcon is a larger ship, isn't it? Just based from the way that they're sitting in the
It's a
ship,
little bit. No, it's not that. It's not that much larger. It is
it's
not
not
that
that
much
much
larger.
larger, really.
Matter of
Huh.
fact, is the bridge on the Milano is bigger than the
It's
bridge
yeah,
on the
that's right. Yeah,
Millennium
and the
Falcon.
Millennium Falcon, and Millennium Falcon,
The ship is.
the
I'd
cockpit
say
is
the
more
ship.
to the right side of the ship, but this one is in the middle.
Yeah, I'd say the ship's close to the same size.
Oh wow, really? I'm
You
pretty sure
know,
that's math
but
for like people who
Millennium
draw
Falcon's
things from
ran
that.
down a little bit. I mean, come on. I mean, if anybody said, "Hey, which ship do you want?" I want the Enterprise, but I don't want all those people on my ship, so I have to go with all these little ships.
What if they just work for you at the Enterprise?
Well, yeah, when you got to join, you got to be a member of the group. You can't just do what you want.
Yeah.
But on the Millennium Falcon, the Milano, you can fly anywhere you want, and do whatever you want until you
Yes.
get arrested by the Empire
All right, so
for
I want to get
smuggling
into the
or
movie.
whatever.
So in the beginning, they just set the tone that his mother died and he's kidnapped by what we assume to be aliens, right?
Yeah, he runs outside. Yeah, a big old light shines on him, and boom, we go to the next scene.
And it's really weird about the in the beginning of the hospital scene. Like none of those family members really matter after that scene. It's because he was on his own. He doesn't come back to it any time at all. Even in the future movies, just like
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess they didn't really want to dive into any of his family because his family is gone. I mean, it's something he forgot. The only thing he holds on to this movie is the Walkman and the music that his mom made.
that his mom listens to. So that's from his
I guess
mother,
it's
yeah.
to show how alone. Plus, you want to know how alone he was.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm sure if you're the keep the story on Earth, I'm sure they search for him and wonder what happened to
Yeah,
him.
it's just a boy that's missing
But
since '88.
I mean, that's not. Oh, yeah, but this isn't. This is Flight of the Intruder. Okay, so.
Slider and who?
Oh, Navigator. Sorry, Flight of the Navigator.
Oh,
Two
okay.
different movies. I got them mixed up now.
Oh, okay.
I had that problem. Yeah, one's a whole different war movie. So okay. Yeah, but yeah, and then we go to the scene where he's on some alien planet.
Yep. He's scavenging for something, but we didn't know what he was at
Yeah,
that time either.
But yeah, plus it's neat because it's got these what is it? He has a little sensor that shows you what life was like on that planet before it's destroyed.
Yes, I like that
Which is
a
cool.
lot.
But I want to point out something. Did you notice? Okay, when he's looking at the city and it's showing him move around, there's like this big giant blue thing going across the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a building or something. It looks like one of the Jawa sand crawlers.
Really?
Yes, you didn't notice
right.
it?
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
like
I
the
remember.
shape
Yeah.
of a Jawa sand.
Yes.
Isn't that weird?
Yes, it
I
is.
guess it's not weird. It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
I've
They
never
have the rights.
heard anybody say anything about it.
Yeah, they
They
have the
had
rights.
the rights. So.
It's only
Yeah.
a matter of
Plus, the
time
alien
before they
people
put
had
them in the
dogs or
same
something.
universe.
But the thing is, he plays it and he sings some music and he's grabbing these little lizard things and singing it in the mouth, blah, blah, blah.
Well, he's
And he goes in and finds this orb. He finds this orb. And that's the whole thing. It's like Indiana Jones.
yes,
Except
it
it
is.
has some kind of 70s song to it. I mean, you don't see Indy listen to Walkman now, do you?
No,
Again, they weren't invented in that.
it's all chill and relaxed, and he's dancing and singing around this like slump.
And he's got rocket boosters on his feet.
Yes, he's using some really old headphones, with the orange foam.
Yeah. And then, it's got the original. I'm surprised the foam lasted so long.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking about that because if you use it for such a long time, because he's got to be in his 24 or something at that age, I guess. However, Chris Pratt was in whatever the year that he was. I mean, from the sweat, I thought it was like pretty good condition.
Now that you say it, I guess he is younger than what we think he is because this movie has to take place. No, this movie takes place way after Captain Marvel.
Yes, after Captain Marvel, I agree.
Yeah, it takes 16 years after Captain Marvel. Yeah, so it's 2014 then.
It came out in 2014.
It takes place 2014. Whatever star date they got going on out there.
I'm surprised you pointed the headphone thing, so I didn't even think about it. Yeah, because it still looked pretty like everything in the movie looks brand new.
The headphones don't last.
No.
Everybody has a Walkman. The headphones have already deteriorated.
Because if you talk about that, right, like
I don't know
you can talk about the tape too, like the cassette tape.
Yeah, he should have wore that cassette tape out. But I'm sure he's got some kind of alien technology. It takes care of it. Because we saw the the cassette player he had built in his Milano
within the
spaceship.
Milano, yeah. You can play music.
Yeah, so I'm sure he has some kind of, I don't know, maybe it's space, maybe the traveling through space.
The Radio
Cassettes
Shack of
don't
space.
age as fast as they do.
The Radio
who
Shack
knows?
of space.
There's a lot of advanced technology out
Right.
there. Okay, so I'm sure cassettes will last forever.
So the first time he picked up the orb, right? Did you like? No one knew what it was. It was kind of like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
He never opened it,
Yeah,
but like
but-
whoever
yeah, it
came
wasn't
in
around.
after him, he was asking him like,
Well,
"Hey,
he didn't know. Yeah, but nobody knows what it is. It's established. Nobody even knows what it is.
no, nobody knows
Because
what
I mean,
it was."
even Yondu. You see later on, Yondu's
Not even
asking all these
Yondu. I'm
questions.
talking
What
about
is
the
it?
guys who came in, the people from the Creed. They didn't know what it is. They just asked Peter like, "What is this?" Hey man, I don't even know what it is. Because Yondu was probably sending
No, I
him
think
to
they
pick
knew.
it up, right?
Yeah,
Yondu's
he
probably
was,
the one
okay.
that
Here's the deal. Yeah, we find out. Yeah, after he gets in a fight with what's his name? Djimon Hounsou's character.
Yeah.
I don't know what the alien's guy's name
Yeah,
was.
they didn't say it. They were just asking like Peter what his name is, and Star
Yeah,
Lord.
they have his name because we don't see him. Yeah, we have his name. No, he's an important character because we'll see him in Captain Marvel later on.
Oh, I figured. Yeah, I realized that too when the first time I saw him.
He's a Nova. Was he a Nova? He was a former Nova Corps character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
Yeah,
We don't
he's a
know it in
traitor.
this movie. We just see the bad guy. But
Yeah.
we'll figure out later on. Yeah, he was a traitor. Who went to join Thanos' band? And
Oh, what the Ronin? Not
group
maybe
and
not
all that.
Thanos.
Yeah, he's kind of working for Thanos.
Kind of working for Thanos.
I mean, come on. If you're with Ronin, you're with Thanos because Ronin is one of Thanos' admirals.
Oh, okay. So those people work for Thanos, and
Yeah, he
Thanos
works-
just assigned them. That's what you're saying to me. Okay.
Yeah, Thanos is scouring the galaxy trying to get something, and he's hiring whoever he can to do certain jobs, and in return, he's going to do stuff for them. But yeah, we see the orb, and the guy sucks the orb out with a cool magnet.
Yes, that's
Then he
like
gets
that's
a
a cool
giant fight with
technology.
the
Yes,
teenage.
because he used that quite a few
Yeah,
times.
then he gets in a fight with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtle.
Remember?
There's a lot of
Ninja
pop
Turtles.
references, like from the '80s from Peter. I think that's what made
Exactly.
this movie much more enjoyable for me. The Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, because we know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, we could be this guy. That's the thing. The whole audience is supposed to identify with this guy because
Yeah.
he's the only Earth character in the movie.
Yes.
He's the only human in the whole entire movie.
Right.
We
Even
don't ever see another human in
no,
this.
even on what's in Xandu, right? Like those humans are not
Yeah,
Terrans, I guess. Whatever they call humans.
those aren't humans. Yeah,
No.
none of those people are humans on Zanzibar. They're
Yes.
whatever they are. They're
Xandar,
apparently
yes.
they're just very different colors. Yeah, we see several different alien races on that planet and
Yes.
several different colors of the same people.
Yeah.
To them, being purple, being tan.
Is it pink or
What is
purple?
it?
What do you think those people were?
Yeah,
Like when Peter
mango
got back into
people.
his ship, right, with that space alien girl, what color was? Is she a pink lady or a purple lady?
I don't know. I
Oh,
like
okay.
it when you said mango.
It's just
Yeah, what was
mango.
her name?
Oh, I don't remember because he don't remember. He don't. Hey, I forgot you were still here.
Oh yeah, right. It doesn't matter because he didn't even remember she was on the spaceship.
Yeah, I forgot you were
He
here.
didn't
Hey.
remember her name either.
I love
And
that.
then of course, his phone. The sad thing is his phone rings, and of course she answers it.
Yeah, she answered
I mean,
it. Yeah.
Who is that? Who does that? Nobody likes their girlfriend to answer their phone. Even the girl's not your girlfriend. Oh, like your mom calls and they answer the phone.
Yeah, they answered the phone like, oh.
Yeah, no. And of course, it's Yondu.
It's Yondu,
Which
yeah.
is the only character. He's actually the only character from the comic books that I read.
Yondu.
But the thing is, I didn't know this was the same character because in the comic book, he's got this bigger red mohawk.
Yeah, the mohawk. Yeah,
He
bigger.
has a bow and arrow. He almost doesn't wear any clothes. He runs around in like his underwear. Yeah, he's kind of like this native type dude,
Wow.
Yeah, he's a completely different character in the comic books. Instead, we got Al Roker. What's his name?
Michael
Not Al
Roker.
What is his name?
Michael Roker.
Michael Roker. Yeah,
He's a famous '80s actor. He plays a lot
Michael
of villains.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was just in the zombie movie.
You mean Walking Dead?
Hey, we don't have to look at that.
You mean Walking Dead?
Yeah,
No, I think he's in some
that's what I
Stallone
mean. Was he in
movies.
it? Oh, I'm sure he's in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies. But you're right about the Walking Dead though. Yeah, he's not in it like a lot.
Yeah, I think that was the last thing that people would know him from,
The Walking Dead, yeah.
unless you watch a lot of '80s movies.
Yes.
I mean, he's a character actor, so for as far as we're concerned, he's Yondu. Okay. And of course, this is where we find out that him and Star-Lord, Peter Quill, were supposed to be working together and going
Yes.
to get this object together and sell it. They don't know what this object is. They don't care what the object
Yeah,
is.
it just go for a high
some
price. That's
MacGuffin in
all it is. Yeah.
All they want is money because they're Ravagers. That's what we find out. They're pirates. They go
they're
around.
pirates.
I mean, I can't even say they're pirates. They're kind of scavengers. They just fly around, take stuff, and sell it.
Yes.
I mean, they're a type of pirate. Which I want to point out, you notice, does it show all the crew? I don't know if it shows all the crew in this point.
It doesn't show the whole crew in this movie. It just show like maybe a handful of them. Even at that scene when
but
he
some
put
of
a
the
bounty
Ravagers,
on him.
Rob Zombie's one of the Ravagers.
No, really?
You know, Rob Zombie, the singer?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they ever show him. I know he's in the credits, and they say he's the navigator. And you hear his voice, I think.
Oh, is it one of those
But
things where
here's
we
the
talk
neat
about
thing.
Gary Sinise? Like,
No, I don't know if we actually hear. I don't know. I just know Rob Zombie's got a credit in there.
Well, okay.
Awesome.
So when we talk
Zombie's
about Rob Zombie being one of the crew, right? But then like they use two voices, like Bradley Cooper's Rocket Raccoon and Vin Diesel. Just saying, I'm Groot the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, do they need like these high profile?
Like
I think it depends on who you talk to, right? Like some people might not think those two are high profile stars, but they still big enough stars that star in their own movies. You know, it's not like
I
Rob
say they're
Snyder.
very big stars. Yeah, they're bankable characters.
They're
I would
very
say they're
bankable
bigger
characters.
stars than everybody else. I mean, come on. Yeah, they're the biggest stars in the movie to me. Because I mean, come on, what is it? Vin Diesel, how many movies does he have? He has almost all the Fast and Furious movies except for that one he didn't appear in.
Yeah. Well,
up to this point,
I would say that he's a main lead. Like Vin Diesel is a main lead in a lot of movies. Bradley Cooper
too.
is also.
Bradley Cooper's been a lead in a lot of movies too.
Yes.
I mean, Bradley Cooper produces movies now.
Yeah.
So does Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
I mean, they're very
smart,
powerful men.
So does Channing Tatum, but yeah,
they're just doing voices. Yeah, they're just doing voices. But I also want to point out on the Ravage crew, there's this other character, that tall, skinny guy that seems like he's the first officer.
Yeah.
You know, he's always doing the talking.
Yeah.
That's the director's brother.
Oh yeah, I know. He's the director's brother, and he also is a stand-in for Raccoon for Rocket.
Yeah, he's also standing for the Raccoon too.
Yep.
But he also plays. I like his Ravager character. Though.
Yes, I do, because he's kind of funny, even in the second one, you know.
Yeah, he's funny. His best role is in the second one.
His
now.
best,
You're
because
right.
he has a more of a
roles
speaking part. Because he's loyal to Yondu. Yeah. But I don't want to go into that right now.
That's why I call him the first officer. I don't.
Yeah, I think he's the first officer. I think in my mind they never say he's the first officer, but you know that's what they pointed at too. But I want to talk about
and he's got his back.
In that scene, like when he's talking about put a pound on his head, right? That's when you find out like the other Ravengers didn't know why he's always been so soft in Peter, and I really love that when they talk about why in the second one, because you said they were pirates, right? Why? Like when they point that out, I don't know. Yeah, because you're like, oh, I don't know. Maybe he likes him the best or something. Like maybe every person have a favorite, like kind of like the Joker and Bob.
Well,
maybe Peter Quill was the Bob for Jack Napier.
Maybe I don't know. That's kind of creepy. Yeah,
but like
that's a creepy one.
But when they brought that out, right? Yondu have a soft spot for Quill, but they never explain.
Yeah, he does.
At least
you don't know why yet. Yeah, we don't know anything. Yeah, well, at the end of the movie, they give us a big giant clue.
Remember? In this movie?
Yeah, in this movie, they give a big giant clue because at the very end of the movie, when they're leaving, and they see Peter Quill, that first officer guy says to Yondu, he goes, it says something about it's a good thing that we never took him and dropped him off
with his father,
like they paid us to do.
Yeah.
So we found out at the very end of the movie, the whole point of them getting Quill in the first place was to take him to his father.
Yeah. They were hired to take
him. Exactly, because at the first of the movie, the mom tells Peter that she's like, your father's going to come and get you.
Yes. That's right.
And so when he runs outside, and the aliens pick him up, they were going to take him. But the thing is, in the second movie, we find out why they didn't take him to his father.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to talk about that now. Yeah.
And that's a big. That's like the whole point of the second movie is.
Is the reason behind the first one.
Yeah, so we got the prequel to the second movie.
Yes.
Which I guess any movie is a prequel to the second movie, huh?
Well, I guess this way they did it really well. They showed the prequel first, which is kind of weird nowadays, you know.
But we also get to see Yondu's power, you know, because when they back him up against the wall, he's got that little arrow.
Yes.
We get to see that in action later on, which is cool because you see everybody back away when he gets his little arrow.
Yeah, why everybody was scared of it. Yeah, you know, because they never in this movie they haven't shown it. They just know that Yondu's the leader, and they're scared of his golden arrow.
Yeah. Plus Yondu keeps telling Peter, we'll hear this the whole movie, that he didn't let those guys eat him.
Yeah. What?
Because they never talked. They
never tasted terror before. Like, who tells somebody that? I love that part. That they're gonna eat him. You know what's really funny to me? I think in that way, right, it's some kind of weird parenting technique. Like this is something that I made up to tell my kids. It is in a way, isn't it? It is because
and I love to tell their kids, "Oh, don't you go do that? Something's gonna bad happen. Don't do this. Something bad's gonna happen."
So I'm Chinese, right? So I was born in Hong Kong. You know, raised by kids. You know what's really funny? You know, our friend, me and Cody, right? You know what our parents tell us when we misbehave? If you keep acting this way, right, we're going to take you out and we're going to sell you. Yeah.
That would go over too well here in America.
Like, yeah, it won't, right? Because
but you're right. I mean cultures are different.
Cultures are different because I guess back then, in my country, they used to sell kids. Like legally to another person.
Yeah, but hey, you know something funny? It's in my, you know, a funny thing in my country. Now that you mentioned that, when you're a little kid and you want to eat your food, you know, your parents tell you, "Oh, there's starving people in China. They would love to have that food." Which I was thinking, "Huh? Were you starving?" Because.
And that's why they just sell the kids because they can't feed them.
Yeah, they can't. They gotta sell you. They want to sell you in your country, but they want to sell my food to you in my country. I'm like,
I tell Heather that today. Like, I can't tell my kids the same thing. Like, I'm gonna sell you.
Exactly. I was thinking, they can have my corn and green beans because I don't want it.
Like, what if I don't want to eat? They can have it. You want me to help you pay for the postage? I never thought about that. Like, you know, the starving people here.
Yeah. Hey, if you read any of the, what is it, like Grimm's fairy tales and stuff, people in the 1600s apparently told the kids if you don't behave, a wolf was going to eat you or a witch was going to cook you or something.
Wow.
That's what all the fairy tales say.
So they have toned down quite a bit.
All the fairy tales. Exactly, because you know all the fairy tales are about stories about kids getting lost in the woods and they get cooked by a witch.
Yes.
You know? I mean,
that's a crazy. It's whatever belief back then, you know. Whatever the worst thing is, like just tell them to your kids, they'll be scared. That's control and power.
Yeah. And then, it is for a while. And then your kids get older and they realize you're a liar.
Yeah, like, oh my God, that was so. And then you know what? We just let it go. It's already over with, right? Like these are one of the things that, like, hey, that's it. That's what Peter did. He's like, really. He knows that he kept telling him like, I was gonna let these guys eat you, but they're like, okay, whatever. But that never happened. So that's what a parent tells their child, just to threaten them. You know, like if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna let these cool people eat you. And you know what's really good? You know what's another thing that Yondu does, like in a fatherly way? It's like the reason why he kept telling others they kept him is because he was small. He can get into places where they can, as grown, you know, full-size people, whatever they are, full-size alien beings. You know?
Yeah.
Because no, Peter asked him that. Why do you keep me all these years if you're gonna go threaten me to? Because you know you were small. You could get you places that we can't. Good for thieving.
Yeah, he had to use. But the thing
Yes.
is also while they're on the spaceship, this is where we hear the news, the space news.
Yeah.
You're sitting on the spaceship, there's space news, and it tells you about the peace treaty between the Kree and the
Yes.
what was it? Xarian?
Exarian. Yeah. Yeah. Like
What's the people with the Nova?
yeah, with the Nova, it's the Ronan and Xandar. It's just people. Like there's some kind of peace treaty, but they
Yeah.
don't get. They just know they're in conflict, but
Oh,
they
it's
don't.
Kree.
Yeah, the Kree. Yes, the Kree law or something.
Yeah. Yeah, the Kree,
'Cause
which is
Glenn
important
Close-
to remember because if you watch,
Glenn Close was in this movie. I didn't even like. They didn't show her in the trailer, so I was really surprised when they
No.
had Glenn Close in this movie.
yeah, I was surprised. She was the Nova Prime. She's the leader of the Nova Corps.
That sounds so cool, Nova Prime. Like every time it's like
What's the next?
Optimus
Because this
Prime.
is the next scene. Because this is the next scene where we learn about. Yeah, the next scene is where we see
Rocket.
Ronan.
Oh yeah, Ronan was waking up and he
Is it
takes
Rocket
his.
or Ronan?
No, you're right. They show Ronan. He's waking up and then he takes his shower, whatever he's doing. He's putting his clothes on just to put a hammer in the guy's face.
The thing is, Ronan's. Well, the thing is, Ronan's tradition. There's Kree. Okay, Kree are like this warrior blue race. They've done all kinds of horrible things to Earth that's not mentioned yet. You'll find out if you watch Agents of Shield. You find out all the horrible things they've done to humans and stuff.
Whoa.
They just do whatever they want. They're not awesome aliens. Let's put it this way. And they wear all kinds of shades of colors on them. They're kind of like Romans from way back in the Rome age in a way.
Okay.
That's who they remind me of. But Ronan is, I guess he's stuck in the old days of the warrior deal. So he keeps putting all this paint on his face and stuff. And he's got this hammer.
So that's why he does that. The paint on the face. Okay.
Because he wants to be Thor. Yeah, he's a heretic. He doesn't go with the Kree. He's against the Kree.
Yeah.
And this is where we find out he joins Thanos because he wants to destroy the Xarians, and which actually happens eventually. We don't see it on film.
No, we don't just see it on film ever.
But we know it happens. They're eventually wiped out by Thanos. They get the
stone.
The stone that they have.
The power one, the purple.
So I don't know. We don't ever find out later on in the rest of the movies if the Nova.
No, it's just the color, right?
Still around.
Let me see. Can you see this?
Yeah, isn't it kind of dangerous to be having on your fingers?
That's right. Just the Infinity Stone ring is super nerdy for people who can't see what I'm showing.
Yeah, and those Infinity Stones are a little small. I mean, I saw the glove that they had.
It's a miniaturized version, okay? It looks pretty cool when I put it on.
Oh, okay. It's not real because I don't want it to be like that ring that Lex Luthor had. They're gonna have to cut your hand off.
This one is a little tight. I had to get a bigger size.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I've already learned from reading comic books, don't wear space stones on your fingers. But I mean, it did help the Mandarin out. I mean, he's got like 10 rings from space that he wears on his fingers. And he's got both hands still.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that right now. So what do you think about that scene? Like, he
but
don't go to right. So I have a question. So Ronan is not part of that race, the Kree people, right?
No. Okay, Ronan is Kree.
Ronan, that's what I thought too. But like he doesn't follow.
I guess you could say he's extremist.
Extremist, okay.
You know, it's like say like people from the Middle East, or some Muslim people deciding they don't want to go with the rest of people, so they're going to start another group called ISIS or something and break off. That's what he is.
Ah, okay.
He's like a terrorist. He's basically a terrorist.
He's a terrorist, okay.
He decides since the Kree Wars, he says the Kree signed a peace treaty. He goes, but they didn't kill all those people. I'm going to go kill all those people. So he makes a deal with Thanos. He's like, hey,
yes,
I get you this stone. This is when we'll find out what's in this. I get you that orb, and you destroy all their planet.
Yes. So he just need a helping hand.
Help. And this is where we see Thanos too.
Yes, this is the first time we saw Thanos. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, because what is this? Is this the second or third time we see Thanos?
Second. We saw him in Avengers. Didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did see him at the end of Avengers.
At the end of Avengers, because he turned around with that creepy look.
The first time. Yeah, because we also see the guy. What's his name? The other alien guy. The guy with the several arms and the hood over his face.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. He was in Avengers too. He was the one that talking to Loki. Unless they're not the same people.
Yeah,
they wear the same robe, but I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a Chitauri type guy.
Ah,
But
okay.
anyhow, we see the hammer. We see him, and he kills a Nova corpse guy,
Yep.
and the blood runs all through the ship, like I've seen in a lot of other
Yeah, like
movies.
it feels
Kind
like
of
they
remind me.
purposely make that structure just to do that. Like when I hit the guy like this, right? Like, can you imagine he's telling the the contractor like, I want to make sure that when I hit somebody with a hammer here, their blood flows through this thing.
Yeah,
Okay, get it done.
yeah. Hey, easy cleanup. What can I say? If you're gonna make a murder room, you better have channels for the blood to run up.
Yes, so I don't want to make a mess. I don't want to be splatter everywhere. Okay, this is not
Yeah,
Dexter.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of that. What was that? The movie where the vampires and the werewolves.
Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld. Remember, Underworld had that scene where you kill somebody, the blood runs through all these channels and goes in the floor into the
Oh my
vampires.
God, isn't that in the first one? I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't quite remember. I
Yeah,
only
it's in the
remember
first one. It's in
Bautista.
the first one.
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah,
first
but
one.
it just runs down the floor and goes in. Yeah, it runs down the floor. It may have been the second one too. They had a lot of them. Okay, they just kept killing people, and blood running down the floor and goes into the channels.
It's just
So
convenient.
now we
Okay.
get that established. Then we see the two daughters for the first time
Yes, we
of
saw
Thanos.
Gamora and Nebula. That's
Yeah,
another blue girl lady.
which
Blue and
lady.
green.
Yeah, well, she's kind of half-assed. She got some silver metal parts on her. She's a little bit of everything. She's like a person's got robot parts. She's a cyborg.
It's just a
By the way,
cyborg.
if you watch Doctor Who, she's Amy. Yeah, if you watch Doctor Who, she's Amy Pond.
Yeah, you told me about that before. Karen Gillan is from Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And now Jumanji too.
Well, Jumanji, but then I didn't know, like, because I never watched Doctor Who, so I figured they cast her
Yeah,
in
Doctor
something
Who's
like
the first
this.
place I ever saw her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She's British,
and
right?
yeah, she's Scottish.
Oh, she's Scottish. Okay. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, don't get those two people. Don't get them mixed up, man.
Hey, I just didn't know what she was. I know she was. I thought she was from Europe. I just didn't know what country because they all speak English, right? I just didn't know. I mean, I never even know she was close to Scottish at all. To me,
they speak
they
for
just
me.
cast a whole bunch of England people, and that's really it. Okay, Superman is British, unless he's.
People aren't English. People are English people.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Shane. The only person I know is not British is Christian Bale. He's from Wales. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay, well, let me put it this way. Welsh people are more English than Scottish people are.
You know what? When you probably like, I know probably not the Scottish people, right? For England people, like, yeah, whatever, we're all the same, whatever. I don't know the
English
history,
people
so
are.
I don't know.
Yeah,
The what?
well, to the English people, everybody's English if you speak English. I said, yeah, even you're English to an English person.
Oh, I speak English? Yeah. I'm more English than Christian Bale.
Yeah, everybody's English to an English person.
I forgot where we
But
were
then,
now.
then they, of course,
After
well,
Ronan scene.
the two girls argue over who gets to go get the
Yeah,
orb.
get the all
And of course,
for.
Gamora's like, she won't fail.
Yep.
So she won't fail. So the next part, we go to Rocket Raccoon and his tree.
Yeah, to the to
This
the group.
is like the greatest. This is the greatest two characters. Yes, this is the greatest two characters. Because where do you normally find a raccoon? In a tree. So you got an alien that's a tree and a little raccoon guy.
Are they bounty hunters?
They are bounty hunters.
They are bounty hunters. Okay, they're not scavengers.
Yeah, they are bounty hunters. No, they're not scavengers. They're bounty hunters.
They're bounty hunters. They're just looking for the next bounty.
I mean, sometimes they hang out with Boba Fett. I mean, that's the type of bounty hunters. I mean, Rocket was probably on the deck of that Imperial destroyer when Darth Vader was walking by, but you couldn't see him because he's so short.
So he's kind of old too, because that comes later.
And you didn't hear his smart mouth either. So.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to talk because Vader is serious.
Yeah, right. He would have stowed something of Vader's. He wasn't there.
That's what he was doing.
He's like, I want that guy's helmet. Yeah, he says, I want that guy's helmet.
Yeah, the only way I can catch Han Solo is if I have your helmet.
Yeah, if I got that helmet.
Okay,
I want that prosthetic canyon.
So this is when you get a little bit of Rocket's personality, right? He's talking about the little kid, like, don't ask for help. Then he looked at Stan Lee, which is really funny. It's just Stan Lee's the little cameo.
Yeah, he's looking around on the whole planet, and he's got nothing but mean things to say about everybody.
Yeah, he said mean things to say about everyone.
which is apparently most of our lives. When I look around and when I'm sitting at a mall or something, I'm looking around and saying the same things about everybody.
Look at this guy. You know, it's really funny. I don't do that, right? So I do something that's really unexpected.
Oh,
Sometimes I'm driving and I'm looking at my wife, right? And let's just say like
yeah.
the like black guy is walking across the street, and I'm like, hey, you see that black dude over there? Yeah, I don't know him.
I don't know him.
And then,
Okay. Cool.
it's just so dumb and so random. Like, hey, you see that lady wearing the blue shirt over there? Yeah, she's wearing something blue.
Say stuff like that too. That's
Do you
bad
know?
thing.
Do you know? Do you know
They're
where I
like,
picked that up from?
You see that dog over there?
Yeah, that's a dog.
Um,
So you know where I picked that from? You ever remember? You ever watch Beauty Madison? You seen Beauty Madison, right?
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So
It's been
remember
it's
there
been
was a
while,
scene
yeah.
where like the janitor guy was working for the bad guy of the movie. He's telling him like, well, Billy's going to the first grade and all that stuff. And the last thing he said to that guy is, "In Miss Lippy's car, is green." Just useless information. I don't know why it was so funny. So I've been doing that. Miss Lippy's car is green. Like that dude over there. I don't know him. I do it like so suspenseful too. Like, well, what about that guy? Like, so nosy. But let's get back to the movie. So, hold on. When they were looking at the people, I can't remember.
Yeah, Rocket.
Yeah, when they were talking about the other people, right?
Lee.
Was it? Yeah, we saw Stan Lee. What'd you think of that? Like, did you like his little scene? It looked like he's trying to hook her with that girl, right? Or the alien, or whatever, the female.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He may have. We don't know that. Stan Lee. I mean, I'm sure after he explained who he was.
At least he didn't have a speaking role. It's just like a spot on, like, hey, that's Stan Lee right there.
And that's okay, because I think the only comic book character in this movie that he has anything to do with is Groot.
Yes.
He didn't create or write any stories for Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Then we see Peter Quill go in to sell his orb.
Yeah, to the whatever that person is, like a pawn shop, right? I don't know what that is.
To some high-end pawn shop with glass stuff, kind of look like service merchandise. The guy does it after he realizes all the trouble. He's like, if Ronan's involved, I don't want it.
Right, like all the Sandor people are afraid of Ronan. That's what you found that out, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, because he's like he is the head. He is the main terrorist. Yeah, he is this horrible terrorist type guy. I mean, he's like Osama bin Laden. I mean,
you know what's really crazy that I just realized right now? When Ronan wants to, right? Why didn't he just go to the planet and kill everyone? He's already powerful enough. Or is he afraid that the Queen will stop him? Yet. Oh, not but no. Before he got the stone, Drax fights him.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty powerful, but I mean he couldn't beat all the armies.
Oh, he can beat them.
He couldn't have landed on that planet and wiped them out. Yeah.
Oh.
He couldn't do that. He was powerful. His ship, that big old giant ship, was powerful.
But
himself. But it's just him. I mean, he needed support. He needed armies. I mean, all those armies on his ship and stuff. All that was from Thanos.
Oh.
I mean, he's got the Gamora and Nebula because of Thanos. He's powerful right now because of Thanos. He's profiting on.
Okay.
He's got a big giant ship that's powerful, but that's all he's got is that one ship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not that powerful yet, but he can fly around space and kill people. He could attack their trading vessels and all kinds of other things, In a way, he's like a pirate out in space.
Oh, no, you're
right. He can hunt down their stuff.
Yeah, because like at the end of Captain Marvel, you could tell that he's not that powerful. He runs away from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he's a loser.
I just need support. Okay.
He just needs the support of Thanos, because it's mainly to show you that Thanos is the power. Yeah. Even though the Chitauri we learn it later on. It's too bad we didn't know this during the first Avengers movie. The Chitauri are like the wimpiest aliens in the galaxy.
Yeah.
According to Rocket, you just blow up their main ship and they all lose.
All right.
It's an in game.
So so we're back to he.
So he gets kicked out. Yeah. he gets kicked out of that building, and as soon as he gets kicked out of the building, he sees Gamora leaning
I know.
against
I
the
like
wall.
how I guess Gamora kind of knew what the orb was, right? Oh no, she doesn't either.
Oh,
She
yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't know, but she know
She knows what
doesn't want to buy it.
she doesn't know what he. She knows Thanos wants it though.
Yes.
Her goal is just to get the orb. That's why she's there. And of course, Peter Quill decides to hit on her.
Yes.
He's such an ass.
Yes. I know. That's like.
They start hitting on the girl that wants. He starts hitting on the girl that wants something of his.
If you think about it, right? All these superheroes we've seen up to this point, Tony Stark and him is kind of like the same thing. Like not like exactly same person, right?
Yeah.
But the way they react, like, oh, hello, lady, and then they just stop being an ass.
Yeah, they like to show off. They're show offs. Let's put it this way. They're like, look at me.
So.
Hey, by the way, look at him. Because Iron Man's going to show you. She'll show you his suit. He'll show your suit anything he can do. He can show you. He can pee in his suit. So
yes.
Of course, Peter Quill's like, hey, I got this orb here. Because I can't sell it in there.
Backed out on me, man.
But I just. Yeah, he's telling. He's like, I went and stole this from a bunch of people and all this stuff. Of course, she punches him, takes the orb, and then they start fighting.
Yeah, I like that fight scene between the both of them.
Oh, she is beating the crap out of him.
She's beating the crap out of him, even on the floor.
Yeah, they fall on the ground, and she's beating the crap out of him. And then that's when Groot and Rocket intervene.
Yeah, because they saw that he's like worth 40,000 quid or something. Like I don't know what the currency is for this space stuff, but at least it's a lot of money, 40,000.
I mean, hey, if somebody will take it, it's good.
Yeah, it's good. Like 40,000.
I don't think they do American Express out. Yeah, I don't think they do American Express out there. It's a lot of something, and they want it.
Yes.
It's not gold press platinum.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, they brought it. Of course, they try to put Gamora in the back first because
yes.
Groot doesn't know the difference.
Yeah, because they doesn't know the difference between like who's what. No, not her. Him, you idiot. He's so mean when he talks to Groot.
Yeah, you get it. Well, that's his tree, his personal tree.
Yeah, his personal bodyguard.
There's a pretty good fight scene between them all, and you get to see all their weaponry and stuff. And then, of course, the force fields hit them all, picks them up, and they all get arrested.
Yes, from the Nova Corps, right?
They get arrested by the Nova Corps.
Yep.
Yeah, the Nova Corps.
Oh, I like it when
the funny thing in this movie.
What? Go ahead.
When they're originally writing this movie, you're supposed to say Nova, the character superhero Nova.
See, I thought so too.
They took him out.
Yeah, because Nova, right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, are they going to show Nova? But I guess, well, at that moment, I thought like maybe because it says Nova Corps, I thought it may be something different. So I didn't know. Because I didn't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why.
Yeah, but anyway, they arrest him, and I like it when they arrest him. They call Peter.
It was a Star Prince, and it's John C. Reilly.
Yeah,
I was so surprised too. Like, well, no, he wasn't a trailer.
He always pops up in a lot of movies.
He's always what?
He pops up in a lot of movies, and I like that. I like it. He just pops up in a lot of movies now. You'll watch a movie and hear, oh, this is John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly is so great.
Like Kong. I like it. He goes, Star Prince, and he goes, no, man. He goes, well, I like it. One of my favorite lines in this movie. He goes, oh, you're the guy that's got the code name.
Yes.
He goes, Star Prince. He goes, no, Star Lord. And that's my outlaw name.
It's okay.
It's okay. Everybody's got to have a code name.
It's not weird to have a code name.
Yeah, it's not weird to have a code name.
It's the way he delivers those
lines. Everybody needs a code name.
It's just the way he delivered those lines. It's just so funny to me. Like, is this a normal conversation? It's just between how Chris Pratt and John C. Reilly does it. If it doesn't Star Prince.
But everybody needs a code name.
It's not weird to have a code name. Is that why they took him to jail and then they go to the character analytics here?
Yeah, they start processing, and then that's when they realize they go through. They tell everybody. Of course, Chris Pratt's like, "Hey, this is because I don't know how this works."
Oh, the machine. Yeah, before they got there, aren't they walking to talk about like the who knew Gamora is and Chris Quill didn't know.
No, that's not until after.
Until this? Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't know. That's
processing. That's right.
Down to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go through processing. Of course, that's when one of the Nova cops goes, "What a bunch of a-holes."
Yeah. You know what? I really thought it was interesting when they caught Gamora, right? They even know, like, oh, she's one of the daughters of the Mad Titan Thanos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they know who Thanos is. Everybody knows who Thanos is.
Yeah, Thanos is. But, like, I guess.
He's going around the galaxy destroying planets.
Yeah, he's destroying planets.
How are you not going to know? I mean, we're here on Earth. We're sitting here. We don't know who's going around destroying planets out there. So
Yeah.
that's not good for us. But
Not the
people that can travel through space, they know who's going around destroying planets.
Yes.
So yeah, they know Thanos is a bad thing. So of course they send the Guardians. Well, they're not the Guardians yet.
No.
They don't get the name until the end of the movie.
No, not
So
they by Ronan too.
Space prison.
Yeah. I like that part. They
go to
processing.
Exactly. So they get sent. So they get sent to the prison, the space prison.
Even that conversation is so funny. Prison. You know?
Yeah, the conversation is funny because they're walking down the hall, and of course that's when Peter Quill learns about
Gamora, yes. Anybody who's anybody know who she is. Yeah, we know who you are. Who is she? I am Groot. You know, it's about like 459 times that he said that.
Yeah. Yeah, and because I'm sure you're going to say, I am Groot.
I'm pretty sure the S is I am
And of course, while they're walking by, that's when we see some of the prison guards. They got his Walkman.
There's like his Walkman. I know.
He steps through the gate. I know. I like it. He goes, hey, that's mine. Give it back.
He even like say the song name and everything that belongs to me. He gets shot. He gets tasered.
That song is mine. He even names it. That song belongs to me.
Yep.
They start shocking him over and over again. Then they spray him down with some kind of orange water.
Yeah, orange water. I thought they were shooting him with Gatorade. That's how they cleaned, I guess, on that planet.
Yep, they use Gatorade out there.
Here's some Gatorade.
It looked like it tasted like Gatorade because you see the expression on his face. It's like, ew, this stuff is nasty. They look like that dirty water. You know, on Star Trek, not Star Trek, on Star Wars, you know, when they fall into the trash bin with Princess Leia, you got that kind of brownish water. It's kind of orange. It's nasty looking water. All
so
I know
before
is I
you
wouldn't
get
want to
dirty, it's orange. Is once you get like non-processed and stuff run over, it's brown. Okay.
Yeah, even when he comes out, you know, when they shows him with his clothes and they all walk out into the main prison area, he's got a little bit of a. It looks kind of like the stuff that they'd use to do the suntan lotion.
Yeah, the suntan.
Suntan
gone bad. Yes.
Yeah, it's just got a suntan now. They're gonna put him on suntan because they don't ever get to see sunlight. So they thought, we'll get this guy tan before he gets out there.
Oh, so they're shooting down with vitamin D.
We see how. Then that's when we see how much prisoners really hate Gamora.
Yes.
Everybody wants to kill her.
You know what they did a scene where
I love the scene.
Well, they do the thing where Quill looks at Rocket and he has all those metal parts on him, but they never talk about that.
Yeah, we saw that when he's talking about it. Yeah, and he doesn't tell us. But we hear him telling us about being tore up and broken down.
Yeah.
Pretty much why he's such a rotten little creature.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know though. He's a raccoon. I don't know if you know that much about raccoons, but they are the biggest asshole animals on the planet. Okay. They will open a coffee can and they will poop in it and they will close the coffee can back.
Wow. That sounds so genius and so funny for an animal to figure out, like, hey, I see humans drink out of it. We should poop in it. They will kill chickens for fun. Yeah, you told me that before.
Yeah, they break all their necks and then line them up in a row and then go back and play in the water.
Wow.
I mean, they do some weird stuff, man. They will open things, turn things on, and then just walk off.
Huh.
I'm sure they're giving us the finger when they're going back to the creek. We're like, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, suckers.
Raccoons don't have thumbs, right? They have like 4 fingers, I guess.
I don't know how many hands they got, but they got enough fingers to do things. Okay, I'm sure they could play a video game if you had it set out there.
If they figure it out, yeah.
But I like it when that blue alien that looks like a pit bull comes up to Quill.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
The first thing is Groot sticks the thing through his nose, and of course Rocket gives him all the speech.
Yes.
He goes, "This guy, this is our booty." If you were to mess with him, he goes, "We'll go right through you."
No, he's not like, you have to go through us, or we will go through you. Just such a little animal making such a big threat.
Yeah, and I like he's like, yeah, it's like this. You know when you know those cartoons with that big giant dog and get that little tiny dog. It's sort of like, hey, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Yes, I like that how Quill was like, I'm with them, and he just walk over that guy.
Yeah, I'm with them. Yeah, that guy crying. He was crying on the ground.
Yep. And yeah,
And
that's
then
like you're right. We go back to that scene. Like, well, it's still in the same scene where like how much the other prisoners hate Gamora. Cause yeah.
yeah, and they're all gonna kill her.
Yep.
And of course they get her. Yeah, we see that. Well, they remember
Yeah,
they
it's
do
right after.
eventually get her, and
Yeah.
they're gonna take her. They're gonna take her and kill her. And of course the prison guards in on it
Yes. You saw
because the
Drex.
prison guards here are corrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course we see Drex for the first time,
Yep.
and then Drex shows up, and he's pretty much explains. Then we hear his story.
Yes.
Drex is he's just mad because Ronan killed his wife and his daughter.
His family. Yeah.
Yeah, he killed his family, so he gets to kill Gamora.
Yeah, he wants
That's
to kill
his
Gamora.
right.
Yep.
That's what he's saying. And then
And I like
that's when
how Chris Pratt,
Rocket and
Quill
they
intervenes.
show up
You
and
know?
they're like,
You could do this. Why
Yeah,
would I want
he
to
does.
Pikachu to his throat? I don't know what that scene is so funny. Like everybody knows, like you know what this scene is. Like you know what this means, right? Like and like no.
I like it. That Asian guy. That Asian guy's like, yeah. And then when Drax looks at him, no, I don't
I
know.
don't know what it means.
Like
At least he was
Well,
able
once
to
you put
convince
it-
Drax, you know. Oh, he talking about his
he
crazy
convinced
sex
him.
life. It's not the first time that like a woman's putting a knife
Yeah.
on me, you know.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That part is so funny.
Yeah, when he shows up, we do this time. Yeah, he's showing all the, which is now seems to be a thing in a lot of movies to show your wounds.
That remind me of Lethal Weapon 3 when they do that.
Exactly, it was Lethal Weapon 3.
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
was,
other
right?
movies to copy Lethal Weapon. Yeah, there's so many movies copy Lethal Weapon now.
Yeah, it's just like
Where they
hey,
go,
this is my
I got this from here and I got this from here.
Yep.
I got this tat right here from one giant drunk night. But that's a good thing. So they got Drax on their side now.
Yeah, they
So
do.
now we slowly we got the group. We got everybody in the group now.
Yes.
And then this is when Rocket's been bragging about getting out of this prison.
I love
anyway.
that. He's
It's
bragging
like
about
easy.
that while they were walking to it like, yeah, we're getting out, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting out. I mean, it's no big deal.
It's
So
just
now
all
they're
talk.
gonna get out. Yeah, so they hatch the plan. Well, he's not all talk because he starts telling them how they're gonna get out. He starts telling the plan.
You're right. Nobody takes him
And he gets
seriously.
to the thing that they gotta get last.
Yes.
Yeah, he's serious. Well, except for that one part where he says, "Hey, I need that guy's prosthetic leg."
You guys like, yeah,
Like,
he's the only
you
use.
need-
Look at him. I don't need the rest of him. He's useless.
I like it. Then he gets to the last part of the deal. He's like, "Okay, and I need that battery from that tower." What he said, he goes,
yeah.
"We gotta make sure we get it last." And you see Groot in the background
Yeah, I
walk all
know
the way
that's
over
the
there. They're
first
talking
thing he
about
grabs. I love it. Like, we could grab it first and we
because
can
they're like, "How are we
improvise.
gonna get that?" Yeah, I like it. He goes, "How are we gonna get it? It's the highest thing." And they're still like, "Well, I haven't figured out how we're gonna do that yet."
Oh
It's
yeah, he
gonna
talks
be
to
the last-
Gamora. Yeah,
and then,
he talks to Gamora. Well, I hear that
long
some of these
version.
prisoners said that you were attractive. Maybe you can work on some kind of deal.
I like it. He also goes, "And that's what I've heard."
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
The crystal alarm goes off, and now the plan is in motion. They got to act fast
Yeah,
because
and
Groot jumped the gun.
Yeah, you got the battery, and I like how Gamora's like arm, leg. They work fast when they need to. I like how, like, even when they're different side of the plan, right? Like Gamora is already kicking ass, trying to get the security guys, whatever device she needs, right? And then, like all this happening, and then like you see Quill and the guy's cell, like, you need my what?
That thing is, we find out that Quill paid him for that leg.
Yeah, because I just transferred him 35,000 units. Like, yeah, what did his face look like when you told him you needed his leg? I think that was the first time that we see that Rocket likes to pull pranks on people, right?
Yeah, that's the first time we see this.
Because most of the time he's being an ass, and like, because like when he's serious, you don't know how serious he is. When he said like, I need that guy's leg, because like, oh, it's something mechanical, so I guess it makes sense at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rocket.
Yeah,
To me, Rocket is not known for pulling pranks on people. Because he's a bounty hunter.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess
I mean,
He's a
like to us.
raccoon.
So like the first time, yeah, you're right. See, like there's the
Yeah.
point of the
He's a
raccoon.
raccoon.
Yeah, because I didn't know
He's
that.
a raccoon. So they just take stuff. Raccoons take all kinds of shiny stuff. You
Yes.
know how to catch a raccoon? All you have to do is put a cage up and put something shiny in it. He'll go in there to get it.
Yeah, I heard
a
about
raccoon
that.
will get captured.
By
A
something
raccoon will
shiny
get captured over, just a tin can lid.
and not food.
I mean, food. He don't care. They usually, if you can put food in there, they'll get the food and leave.
Wow.
They won't get captured. If you put a can in there, though, they're going to get captured because for some reason they got to go in there and mess with it.
Huh.
I'm sure they think they're going to do something to it. I don't know.
Like, oh, something shiny. Something shiny. I gotta check
like,
it out.
hey, man. Yeah, this is shiny. I will tear this cage up after I get done.
So how'd you like the scene?
Frank thinking, I'll go there.
You know what? This is when they got into that control center, right? They throw that guy out, and Rocket actually have a plan.
And they took Drax with them.
Yeah.
They took Drax to him. And of course, Rocket's like, I got 12% of the plan.
That's later. That's not. That's what Quill says. I got 12% of a plan. That's after they hook up with Yondu. They don't say it this part. Yeah.
Was it?
No. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said he only had 12. I thought he said the same thing in there too.
Because like right at that moment they're still questioning like, hey Rocket, I thought you said I have a plan. I do have a plan, but I guess he didn't lay it out because he's doing all those electronical stuff, trying to take control.
Yeah, he's doing all the work on them.
Yeah.
Of course, when
at
they talked about Drax's grasp of the language, English language. Remember, he said, "Don't say that stuff. It'll just go over his head." He goes, "It won't go over my head. I have fast reflexes. I'll grab it.
I will catch it." It is so funny. Oh, so
like, okay. Of course, Gamora. Remember, Gamora's like, "I'm gonna die."
Yeah, after he said that, that's when she said, "I'm gonna die with a bunch of idiots." What is he doing here?
But then we see the plan.
Yeah, they do the plan. They turn on I guess the gravity. They turn the gravity off. Well, he did. Rocket did.
Yeah, he all through the space station they got rid of the gravity. And then of course he takes control of the drones.
Yep.
The funny thing is those drones, they almost look like the exact same drones that Tony Stark has that we see in Far From Home.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, those drones look cool.
They look just like it. So well, they're almost the same, but apparently they're not. I'm sure they didn't steal them from each other. But yeah, then they escape. They fly the pod out like a spaceship.
Yes, they did, using those drones, right, for like the thrusters on them. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they of course they escape from the spaceship. I mean, they escape. But that's when we see when they're escaping. Remember, they go for the stuff, and of course he tells them to wait on the Milano for him.
Yeah, that's my shit. That's a Milano.
And he starts to go back. He's like, I gotta go get something else.
Yeah, he got to go. He's like, "Put it back." He put it back.
He goes for his Walkman. I mean, he gets the Walkman, and the neat thing is he flies out of the spaceship, and of course Drax is like, "Man, this is a hero."
Yes, yeah, I know, right? So on that scene, that Peter could fly with just that helmet piece. Because I got let him say breathe.
That kind of puzzled me for a second.
Right, because he was flying outside.
I decided the helmet must have had a force field all around it.
Yeah, for the face and stuff, yeah.
I mean, we don't know that. It didn't say that, but I'm thinking like his clothes, maybe a type of spacesuit because of the alien technology.
Yeah, the
But the thing is, it did bother me because his helmet has his hair sticking out.
Yeah.
If it was a real space stuff from what we know, it should have froze the top of his head, but it didn't.
It didn't.
So I
think
it had a force field all around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I decided to have a force field around it, and that's why it was okay. Plus, he has those rocket boosters on his boots, which I would love to have.
He could fly. He could fly in space.
I could fly on Earth. I mean, we saw him fly on that planet. They work on any planet. They work anywhere.
Yeah, they work anywhere.
They will drag you. If aliens get a hold of you, they will drag you and the aliens across the ground.
Yes.
But he flies, he gets back into the spaceship, and I like it. So what did you retrieve?
Yes.
He shows Drax that, and he goes, "You're an imbecile."
You're imbecile. He's a worthy companion. You imbecile.
Also, isn't this the scene where Gamora tells him his spaceship's a mess?
No, well, they said like that's when when Rocket was trying to make that bomb, When he's like, "What the heck are you doing?" Like, "I'm making a bomb," and you just leave that lying around. Well, I was gonna put it in the box.
Which, but yeah, he pulls the box out. We see that present. We see
Yeah,
the present.
from
He
his mom that
still
he
hasn't
never
opened that
opened.
present his mom gave him.
Yeah, he doesn't open it to
Yeah,
the end
still
of the
hasn't opened
movie.
that
Yeah.
present his mom gave him.
Yep.
So,
That's when they go over the plan because he talks to Gamora like, I would trust you a lot more if you tell us where we're going. And also was able to tell him that like because he doesn't trust any of them. Like we're on the way.
yeah.
And that's when
Well, nobody trusts anybody.
yeah, no one trusts anybody because they're all like they don't know each other from anywhere. And that's when Gamora tells like, and Quill, your ship is filthy. And that's when I decided to use that line as our main episode. Like, man, she has no idea. If you turn off the lights, it will look like a Jackson Pollock painting. And you know what's really funny? When Rocket said like, you got issues, man. Like, how does he know who Jackson Pollock is, right?
Hey, Jackson Pollock is one awesome artist. Okay.
No,
Apparently,
I mean like, how does
aliens
Rocket know?
keep.
Because the Rocket is the one like, you got
Well,
issues,
I mean,
man.
what?
Unless he means something else.
Oh,
Because Rocket said like, you
yeah, I
got
think he
issues,
knows.
man. I thought it was so funny. Is this? I can't remember what the next scene is. We know that they're heading to nowhere, right? Oh, the next scene is that like
Yes.
Ronan and Nebula know that Gamora got captured. Remember, they don't know
Yes.
if she's gonna betray them or anything. All they know is that she got captured by the Nova Corps and they took her to that prison. So the next step is they went to that prison to investigate or maybe to break her out. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, they just want the orb. They don't really give a crap if they get Gamora or not.
Yeah.
But they know that she knows where the orb is.
Yes.
She's with the people that have the orb. So of course they show up in the prison. You're right. And then of course they're like, so what are we gonna do with all these people? And he's
Just
like,
kill
them all.
Kill
They
them
said
all.
something else, but basically, yeah, they kill them all.
Yep.
Everyone
Kill them all.
before the
Nova Corps
before
comes
the
in.
Nova Corps showed up.
Yeah, they will come back up. Because they don't want the Nova Corps to know that Ronan was on there, so they have to get rid of all the evidence.
Yeah. We also we also go to a scene somewhere around this point where they go to we see Ronan on the asteroid with Thanos.
Yes. Did they?
Yeah, this is now. Yeah, this is now because he shows up on the asteroid with Thanos, and he tells Thanos that Gamora's been captured.
Yes.
But we see that guy. We see the I'm gonna call him the Chitauri alien.
Yeah.
And he kills that Chitauri alien.
Yeah.
Hits him, explodes his face backwards, and kills him. Nothing to that guy. And Thanos turns around on his giant super chair with boosters and stuff on it, which I would love to have a chair like that too. And that'd be cool. I'll just fly all over the place. I would even need the rocket pack now to have a chair like that.
I just want that chair.
And of course, this is where
like
this
Dr.
is where
Evil.
I like it because Thanos because he's basically talking to Thanos like he's equal with Thanos. I like it. And Thanos is like, "Hey boy."
Yes, boy. What you talking about, boy?
Hey boy. He goes, "I'll destroy all that stuff when you get me the orb."
Yep.
And then of course he gets mad and then leaves. It's just like when Loki showed up.
It is. That's when Nebula told him like
hey.
This is when Nebula told him like we need you to go. This is one battle you won't win because you're talking to Thanos.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know how powerful
You're not
he
gonna
is.
beat Thanos.
Yeah. So you can't beat Thanos.
Exactly. But apparently this is when. But apparently Ronan's starting to lose it. Forget his place.
Yeah. He starts to get impatient.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's thinking he's bigger. He's bigger now than he is.
Yeah.
So now we go to nowhere. So when we see nowhere, it's a giant celestial being's head. It's a giant head.
Is it?
Yes, it's a big giant head skull. You didn't see it? It's a big old giant head floating in space.
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, they fly into the ice.
Oh, that's why they fly into the ice socket. Yes, I do. Yes. That's the ice socket. Yes.
It's a celestial. Yeah, it's a celestial. Like I don't know if Galactus is a celestial, but they're basically flying into like Galactus's head.
Yes.
And they're mining all the brain tissue and all the fluids out of the body.
Yes.
It's a giant mining city inside of nowhere.
Yes.
And also, this one we find out they're going to see somebody. They're going to sell the orb here.
Yeah, they're going to sell the
orb here. And this is where they go play a. They go to the bar. They go to the bar.
They got away.
That awesome game with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the
It's the
lizards
same
run
kind of thing
around
that
on the
Quill used to
table.
sing in the beginning, like that. Those rat-looking things.
Yeah,
I don't know what they are. That's when they
yeah,
gamble and drink.
and of course, Quill and Gamora have their private time.
They
And
private time. That's
Quill
when
tries to hit on Gamora,
but he did.
but
He hit on Gamora.
he
That's
kind of tells
about
her,
Footloose.
yeah, and they tell each other stories, But he
Yeah.
also tells her about Kevin Bacon,
Kevin Bacon
who's the
is
greatest
so
hero
great.
on earth. It's Kevin
New
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
He challenges everybody to a dance off.
Yeah, dance off the beach. These people are the towns of people with sticks up their butts. Like, who put the sticks up their butts? That's
Yeah,
not important.
yeah. Well, it's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. What's a metaphor?
And then, of course, Drax and Rocket are getting drunk, and then they start fighting among
Yep.
themselves. And you
Yeah.
see how they almost don't like each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they
then
don't like each
basically
other,
right there, that's when they almost have a team, and their team falls apart
They
right
fall
there.
apart. Yeah, it's really fast because, like, Rocket doesn't like it when he's being degraded.
Yeah. He doesn't like to be called Furman.
Yeah,
He doesn't know he's
Furman,
a
call me
raccoon, by the way.
Rodent. Yeah, he doesn't know he's raccoon, which is really weird. Like, in the beginning, like, in the
Which is
earlier,
funny
when he
because
said,
he
like,
does
what
call
is a
him.
raccoon? Like,
It's never.
raccoon is what you are, stupid.
Yeah, well, you are stupid.
What's up with
Or
whistling
I
tree
guess
here?
unless you're on Asgard, then apparently it's a rabbit.
It's, it's a rabbit, yeah. Yeah.
But that's
Thor
when
calls him
that's when
rabbit.
that's when we finally that's when we finally see the Collector. Remember,
Yes, for the
we see
second
what's her
time.
name? Is the name Cora or something? I can't remember the girl's name.
Yeah, I can't
The
remember the girl's name
servant,
too. Yeah.
but she shows up and takes them to see her master,
Yes.
the Collector. So they go to the Collector's deal, which is neat because we walk past the dog. Was it Cosmos the
Yeah.
dog?
Yep.
The Russian dog, Cosmos the dog, and then we also see the cage. One of the cages has a dark elf in it.
Oh,
Remember Dark
that's
Elf?
what that is.
Yeah,
Yes.
you see it? Yeah, where she's cleaning the case.
Yes.
That's the Dark Elf. A
Because, yeah,
Dark
yeah,
Elf.
he asked her about the
He's got
elbows
all
thing.
kinds
Yeah.
of.
Yes. He
Plus, we
collect all
already
kind of
know
weird
from
stuff.
watching Thor that he has. We know from watching Thor. That's why we know what a Infinity Stone is,
Yeah.
and we know he already has one. He already has one Infinity Stone now,
So you just want to collect all
and
6
they're
of them.
bringing him a second.
Yes.
Yeah, he wants to collect all 6, like a collector cups you get at McDonald's. Back in the day, I guess they don't do that. Remember right when we were kids? Every time a movie come out, you'd have to go to McDonald's or Burger King and get all the glasses, and there's always like 6 of them or so.
They're still like that. It's like I still like that at McDonald's.
Oh, still did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always went and got like one cup of anything because I had like when they had the Garfield glasses, I got that. When they had the Star Wars glasses, I got one.
I have
When
the
they had the Star
Marvel
Wars.
collectors from the Endgame. I think my boys got them. We had to buy all of them.
Wow, I never saw that. I must have been done collecting glasses. All I got was one from Star Wars, one from Star Trek, and one from Garfield.
Oh, you know what? I remember when the episode 1 came out. Like they have those lid of the cups for Taco Bell, like Anakin in the pod racer and Queen Amidala.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lids of the cups are Queen
Well,
Amidala.
somebody had the glasses. Remember the glasses? Somebody had the ones from Lord of the Rings that light up on the bottom.
Really?
They came in boxes. I have one of those.
Wow.
I can't remember which restaurant did that.
Huh. I like that window chime I just heard.
Oh,
Was that you?
that wasn't me.
Huh.
You heard of what?
I heard that, like when you plug something in that from Windows. Maybe it's just me. I didn't plug anything in though. That's
Yeah,
weird.
it would have to be you because mine didn't make a charm.
Oh, okay.
So they see the collector, and the collector actually goes and explains the whole idea of infinite. He tells us the whole infinity story now.
Yep.
Well, we didn't get in Thor. He tells about their 6 stones. In the background, he's got like the 6 deals of it, but you only get to see 3 stones that we've seen so far.
Yes.
That's so you don't know what's going on yet. They don't want you to know in the future, even though me and you watch this, we already know what all.
Yeah, they showed the Infinity Stones. I know.
Yeah, but we've already seen them all. But the people who are watching the movie for the first time only get to see the 3 that they've seen so far.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't get to see anymore. Of course, the girl decides after. Well, they show the power because you remember it shows that giant alien I can't remember if that's a celestial or not. It shows that alien with all the little things on him.
Yeah.
It looks like a celestial, and he puts that pole down and it wipes everything on the planet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, when he was telling the story, yes.
And that is what Ronan's gonna do. See,
Ah,
now you see why Ronan would be powerful with that.
yes. Put in
Which
his
is
sledgehammer.
because see, apparently now it kind of makes you the plan because apparently he wants Thanos to wipe out that world after he gives him the orb. So Thanos was going to use that to wipe out those people.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Thanos would have did. Is use it and wipe out those people.
I
But
keep thinking the purple one is the Power Stone because this is the only one that's kind of like a pink and purple in color.
I don't think this was the Power Stone, was it?
The purple one, yeah. The purple one's the Power Stone.
But
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure.
this the Power was this the Power Stone that we saw in this
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
purple one.
So we got the Power Stone. You got the power. And of course that girl tries to grab it after she realizes what it can do.
Yeah, and like,
Well,
did you think she
basically,
knew?
well, they also pointed out that if you touch this, it would destroy you. It shows those 6 people. Remember, it shows those 6 aliens. I think it was 6 aliens.
Yeah, whatever they are.
It
Yeah.
wiped them out.
Yep.
Of course, that girl decides she doesn't want to be a slave, so she grabs a hold
So
of it.
that's why she was. I thought she grabbed it to, like, because you said you would only no longer. I thought she was going to use a stone to destroy the collector. Not,
No. Well, yeah,
basically,
she
she
was.
just commits suicide in front of her sister.
No, she didn't commit suicide. No, she wanted to get the stone so she could be powerful.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she was gonna. Yeah, I guess she thought she could control the stone. Apparently, I mean.
Oh, that's when they show you that nobody can just touch a stone and survive.
Yeah, that was the point of it. Yeah, because I mean.
Except for
The
Thanos. Thanos apparently he's powerful enough to pick it up from his bare hands so he can put it on his little glove.
Yeah.
Thanos the only person we've seen, like, later on that he could pick up these stones just fine. He crushed that tesseract, right, just to get the stone. Then he put that in that little thing on his knuckle.
Yep. Popped in like a jewel.
Yeah, like nobody else can touch the Infinity Stone except for Thanos. So in that
equation,
right, that we've seen, okay. So I thought it was very funny. Like, so let me get this straight. All these people are trying to protect the Infinity Stones, right? And they had to put in some kind of special case. And here is Thanos touching it with his fingers, and he needs the stones to destroy the humanity or destroy half the galaxy, right? And I'm thinking like
the universe.
The universe. So like I'm thinking like maybe he just want to do it faster. He want automation because he figured like, well, if I have to do this planet by planet, it's gonna take me forever.
Yeah.
I always thought that like he's the only one that I've seen so far that touched the stone, but no one can touch him bare hand. Like not even Thor. Like not even Odin.
Well, we never seen Odin touch one. We don't know Odin can.
Yeah,
we don't know Odin can.
Oh, you're right. I don't think I've seen Odin. That's right. It's the person that touched Jane.
Yeah.
She bounced off, and he's like, he already know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know that Odin can or not. We don't even know if Odin knows anything about it, but I think he does. He probably just doesn't want to tell the story.
He just don't want to tell the story, maybe because he's afraid of the power or whatever. Like
because
they don't know.
Well, apparently Odin would have to know because at the end of Thor, those Asgardians that brought him, they knew not to keep 2 Infinity Stones.
Yeah, so close together. Yeah.
So apparently it's news to them, but maybe not to Thor. Thor was probably too busy fighting battles and didn't care when.
It's not his place to worry about it yet.
Yeah, he's like that's a stupid story. Dan.
Right. So you notice that too, right? Thanos like he could touch these stones no problem. Everybody had to have some kind of container.
Yeah. So this girl blows up the whole collector's building.
Yep. Yeah. Everything got blown up, and then like that's when Gamora know what it was.
Yeah. She knows this is a bad thing.
Yes.
And of course, this is also when, because they all went to see the collector, but Drax didn't.
And Drax didn't care because he didn't care about the money. He was drunk, so he called Ronan like that.
Yeah,
the guy he captured, he's just talking on the phone like so casually. Yeah, did you see his reaction when Drax put a knife to his throat? He's like, it looked like he was on some kind of like escort hotline or something. Like, you're gonna send a message for me. But he's right though. At that moment, like, hey, he didn't care about the stone. He didn't care about the money. He cared about revenge.
Yeah, that's all he cares about.
Yeah, because he talked about it. Like we're halfway through the galaxy, right? And we're not even anything close to Ronan and his goons or whatever. So he was upset. But that tied into the story really well. So that way they bring Ronan to nowhere.
Yeah, he brings Ronan. Yeah, he brings Nolan. He brings him and all of his forces to.
Yep.
You know, of course, I like it when they leave the collector's deal. Rocket's like, "You brought the thing, it blew up."
Oh,
Of course, this is where they're still trying to split up because
you had that
Rocket.
in your purse the whole time?
Yeah, like it's not a purse, it's a satchel.
It's a satchel like Indiana Jones. I love that
Well,
reference.
well, it's also like it. And what was that? Hangover.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
Hangover.
the hangover when Sack of Nakas. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
satchel.
it's a satchel. It's not a purse. It's a satchel.
It's a satchel.
So yeah, Ronan. Well, of course, everybody's wanting to break up and leave.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Ronan. That's when Ronan shows up.
Yeah, and then it's so funny when Gamora knows the Infinity Stone, right? And then Quill is like, yeah, she's right. Or we can find someone else that really want to buy this.
Yeah, because she wants to give it back to the Nova Corps.
Yes, you want to go back to the Nova Corps,
And of
yeah.
course, Quill's like, let's give it back to somebody who doesn't want to arrest us. And
And
then
it wasn't for a lot
Ronan
of
shows
money.
up. And, yeah, Ronan shows up, walks off the ship, and of course, that's when Drax comes up to him and goes, "Hey, you remember me?
Yeah,
You
that's when the
two
first time we find out how powerful Ronan is.
Yeah, because he wipes the ground with Drax.
Yeah, because Drax was fighting all those people in the prison cell, like the machines and like guards and other prisoners, and then then like man, I thought when I saw that like, oh, Ronan's actually pretty powerful.
Yeah, he's got a lot of powers, and we don't really know where he gets his powers from because not all Krees are that powerful.
Oh,
But I
okay, so
also
it's
think, but see, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if Yondu's Kree or not. I think he's Kree too.
because he's blue.
Yeah, I think all Kree. Oh, yeah, the Kree are all blue people. I don't know if he's like an experimental type person
Oh,
or
okay.
what. But anyhow, we know that Ronan pretty much wipes the floor with the Drax.
Yeah, see, like he put him in that yellow liquid.
Well, yeah, he killed him. Yeah, but the
So
biggest defeating moment is when he tells him he don't even remember.
see, okay, so do you ever seen that movie Street Fighter with Raul Julia and Sean Claude Van Damme?
Nope.
There's a similar scene, right? Like the girl who played Chung Li, she's trying to take revenge on M Bison, and she tells him like, you came and you wiped out my village, you killed my parents or whatever family, right? And then like this is what Bison tells Chung Li, like, to you, that might be the greatest day of your life or the worst day of your life, right? But for me, it was just a Tuesday. It's a very feeling thing to say.
Yeah,
That scene reminds me when Ronan's like, you know what? I don't remember killing you or your family.
yeah, okay,
It's such a jerk because to him it's just like any other day. This is what he
yeah,
does. But
yeah. That's what
obviously on the other side they're gonna remember you forever.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
he threw him into that yellow cheese or whatever, the
yeah.
yellow liquid.
The brain fluid.
Yeah, like I thought like how Ronan would kill him, like he would stab him or something, right? But he just decided to throw him in that thing and I guess let him drown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his purpose.
Well, yeah, he pretty much beat him and just threw him in. He doesn't care because he's got to go get the orb.
Yeah, he got to get the orb that he killed because he already know that there's no way this guy can come beat me anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, the rest of them they've stowed some mining pods and
Yes.
trying to get away from the what do they call them, the paper people.
Paper people.
But they're trying to get away anyway.
Yeah,
And
because
Nebula comes after them.
yeah, Nebula knows that she got the orb. Yeah, so they trying to
And of
go
course,
after.
yeah. As soon as they fly out into space where the pods don't work properly,
Yeah.
that's when they blow up Gamora's pod.
Right.
Nebula almost to kill her.
And I like that when Quill talked to Rocket about these mining pods, like they don't have any weapons on them, right? But they're nearly indestructible. So he's like,
Yeah.
that was like, yeah,
Yeah.
then ram everybody. That's
Yeah,
what I would have done.
Yeah, they just ram everybody with the
Yeah.
pods.
And then we got to that space scene, like she got blown up, and they got the orb.
Yeah, they got the orb and they leave.
Yep.
So you got your Empire Strikes Back moment.
Yes.
They got defeated.
Very Empire Strikes Back moment. Very 80s for this.
Yeah, and then of course you get Rocket's like, you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing for her.
You
She's
can't
about to
save
die.
her. Yeah, it's just there's
And
no
he
way.
just turns around and starts to leave. And of course he realizes Quill's not going to turn around. Quill's like, I can do something. I'm going to do
He's
something.
gonna save her. Yeah.
Yep. And he jumps out of the spaceship, flies over to her, puts his mask on her, and he starts to
Well, he
freeze.
calls Yondu first before he does that.
Calls
Yeah.
Yondu. Yeah, he calls Yondu to come get him. Come get me. He just knew that the timing was right. And of course, Yondu shows up right at the right moment
Yep.
and saves him. But this is the moment you should realize that Quill isn't normal.
Yes, so I noticed that because like Gamora, I think Gamora was about to die, right? And then I noticed that too when like Quill was turning into that, but not as fast as Gamora was, or freezing, right? Like the space freeze. Yeah,
Yeah, you should have known that it wasn't normal.
yeah. So that was strange because like we knew he's human, like because the movie started from he was on Earth,
Yeah,
1988. So that
yeah, he
I
was
thought that
just
was
human.
strange too. Like at the same time they trying to play it off like maybe because Yondu showed up in time, and maybe that's why they were able to
Yeah.
revive him.
No, no, humans can't live that long. I mean, come on, this his eyes wasn't popping out and stuff like Arnold Schwarzenegger's. So,
From Total Recall.
yeah,
I don't
so
know what was nerdier, you
I like
making
it.
that reference or me connecting it.
Definitely you connected.
It's me connecting it.
Because, yeah, then they get transported on the Ravage ship, and that's where they're starting to threaten him with about eating him.
Yes, that's
Remember?
when they do the parenting thing that we talked about earlier. Yeah,
Talking about the whole parenting thing, and of course Gabor's like, "Leave him alone."
yeah,
And
and
then
then
this is
then
when
they
he tells him,
they know where the orb is. They know they have a ringer. That's when they talk about
"Yeah,
Gamora. No, yeah,
yeah, he
knows all
knows
the stuff.
everything." So they're like, "Hey, we can get this. No big deal."
Yep, and
And
that's
of
when
course we
Rocket's
go,
trying to threaten them.
yeah. Well, they try to get him back, but we also have to go to the scene where Ronan is talking to Thanos again.
Yes, yeah.
He's
Now
got the
Ronan knows
stone.
an
He
Infinity
takes
Stone.
that he takes that stone.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
put
tells
it in his
pretty much
sledgehammer.
Thanos. Yeah, that sledgehammer. He tells Thanos he don't need him now.
Yeah, because they were FaceTiming each other. That's right.
Yeah, they're FaceTiming. He tells Thanos he don't need him, and he puts that stone in the hammer so he can be like Thor.
Yes. So I
So
want
now
to
he's
ask
got
you
his own
this.
hand.
So do you think even with Ronan with the stone, Thanos could have still taken him?
I don't think Thanos would be. Well, I think Thanos could have beat him, but not easily.
Not as easily, yeah. But
Not
that's
as
still, that
easily.
means that Thanos is still a very powerful being.
Yeah, Thanos is very powerful because I mean I'm thinking he could have took the stone from him. It
Yeah,
just
he
would have
could
been
take
a
the stone.
bigger fight.
Yeah, just a bigger fight. I mean,
Yeah, he would
before
have
the
took the
stone,
stone
it was
from him.
easy, but now after the stone, it's like, great. Now this guy's almost to my level.
But the thing is, we got to remember Thanos doesn't have any stones because he gave one of his away.
Yeah. Yes, I do. To the scepter.
Yeah, to the scepter, which is kind of dumb. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a stone for a stone.
Yep.
But that didn't work out for him because Earth's mightiest hero saved the day. So we also see Nebula join Ronan because now we realize she does not like Thanos at
Should I not
all.
like Thanos at all? Because like they say, if you defeat Thanos, I'll help you destroy 8,000 planets. So, like so sinister,
Yeah,
like the
I
voice.
know she's got issues. She's got daddy problems,
Yes, she does. It's
which is funny because in the comic books, actually Thanos is their grandfather, not her father.
oh, is it really?
Yeah,
I can't
Thanos is their
remember.
grandfather in the comic books.
Hmm.
And she has actually changed quite a bit in the comic books
Yeah,
too.
a lot of stuff they mean changing the comic books.
Yeah, and I'm cool with it because I like the story.
Yeah, I like the story how they brought it. Yeah, I do
So
agree.
now so now that we go back to the scene where Rocket Raccoon's got Drax on top of the spaceship, and they're gonna shoot the Ravager's spaceship. If he doesn't return him in what 5 seconds,
Yeah, but I say like you give them 5 seconds to decide.
and of course, they stop it, and they all get on the ship together. And now
Yes.
we realize they got to hatch a plan together.
Yeah, that's when Quill said they have a 12% of a plan. 12 a plan.
Yeah,
That's barely a concept.
it's really a concept. And of course, that's when Rocket goes. He doesn't want to die,
Yeah.
but of course, everybody else gets in. They all man up, and of course, Gamora's like, I would. That's when they do the friendship
They do
thing.
the friendship thing where like when Quill was
When
trying
they
to give that speech that he's not very good at giving. Like when he said like, you know what I see when I look around here? I see a bunch of losers.
losers,
The
and I
first time
mean,
I heard that, I was like, what?
yeah, I know everybody's like, what? I mean, people that lost
That
things.
lost something, Yeah.
Of course, everybody realizes they have no friends,
Yeah. And
and they're the only friends they got. I mean,
yeah,
that's
I like that parallel line from Gamora. Like, I have a lot of enemies in my life, but it would be great to die among friends. That
yeah,
was really good.
that was good. I mean,
Because Dress was the same thing. Yeah, like they
they bonded
bonded.
really fast. Yeah, they bonded really fast. And
Yep.
of course, of course, the tree guy. I mean, Groot. He's
Yeah,
like,
Groot stood up. Yeah, and they
he
all
did
look
such.
at Rocket like,
But the
yeah,
problem was Groot. Groot is such a good character, anyways.
he is. So before we get to it, right? We know Groot can pick up Thor's hammer
I would say he could.
because he picked up the Stormbreaker because he used his arm to make the handle for Thor.
Yeah, but that's where you can't say that because Stormbreaker is not
It's not
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Is
So
not the
anyone
same.
can pick that
As
up. It's just a weapon that can kill
Mjolnir.
Thanos.
And Mjolnir, and the thing is, none of those are actually Asgardian king weapons.
The Stormbreaker is not.
The Stormbreaker is a more powerful weapon than the hammer.
But anybody can pick that up.
Yeah, the hammer was just what Thor was given. And
Ah.
eventually he would have got was it Gungnir is the spear that you see the king holds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For Odin.
Anybody can hold it. Whoever holds that is actually the king of Asgard.
Oh, not Mjolnir. Okay.
Yeah, not Mjolnir. I mean, I know he says it, he tells everybody, but I mean, come on, he's sitting at a party with a bunch of humans. You're gonna tell a bunch of stories. Come
Yep.
on.
I see. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, come on. Captain America could never be the king of Asgard. He could be, but by picking up the hammer, he didn't really become the king. He wasn't going to.
He's just worthy.
Yeah, he's just worthy.
Yeah.
He's actually worthy. He actually, let's put it this way: Captain America could have been Thor. Because that's what the hammer says. Whoever picks us up shall he be worthy, but have the power
of Thor. Yeah. They showed that in Endgame, so let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
So like they all stood up and they all look at Rocket, and then Rocket also have something smart ass to say after he's like, hey, there you go, I'm stood up now. Everybody happy? We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
And you know what? I forgot, like, because the beginning of this speech, right? Like when Quill was talking about like, yeah, we're gonna go against Ronan. Isn't that Rocket that pointed out you're asking us to die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is him.
Yeah, that was him.
It's all about dying. I mean, come on.
Because they weren't sure.
He wants to live his life as long as he possibly can. But again, he also says, well, I don't have a long lifespan anyway.
Yeah, I don't have a long lifespan anyway, so let's do it.
And then it goes to kind of like a montage, where they're doing the PowerPoint. And they're playing the song. When I'm pointing out the song, they're playing Cherry Bomb.
Yes.
Yes. Cherry Bomb.
The music, the songs match this movie up so well.
Well, yeah, and Cherry Bomb's a important piece of information even for the very end of the movie.
Yes.
So they do all that, and of course, Quill makes a phone call to the Nova Corps to tell them what's happening. Remember,
they don't play the message yet. I love that.
Yeah, they don't play the message yet.
They just know that they're laying out the plan. They string one by one, like, I'm going to call Nova Corps. And then, like, after all the plan is over, that's when Rocket trying to put that prank thing again. Like, and one more thing I need to get this plan to work is this guy's eye.
Yeah, I like it. He doesn't need your eye. Don't worry about
it. No, we don't.
We don't need that eye.
I like that he's like, yes, I do. And he's like laughing. I need it. I think up to this point, I don't think I've seen like an MCU movie that had this much comedy in it.
Well, there hasn't, because this is completely different.
It is so completely different, man. Like I mean, there's no expectation. I didn't know what I was watching at the time, and then like, man, it turned out to be such a great movie.
Yeah, and I mean, from here on, we start to see. I mean, Ant-Man has a lot of comedy.
Yes. And Ant-Man actually ends the phase 2.
And the next Thor movie will have a lot of comedy.
I know. It just set it up so well, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I have a lot. I think it has a lot to do with the writers and the director. I mean,
I agree. James Gunn and
anybody can make anything work. I mean, come on.
Yes.
I mean, we've already seen a lot of other superhero movies. It's just they should have worked and they didn't.
Yeah, I know. They tried a comedy thing, but it's not as good as Guardians,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not everybody's thing. So.
Yep.
But then this is when the Dark Aster, the ship, starts to come over and start to attack the Nova Corps planet.
Before that happens, John C. Reilly's character tells the Nova Prime about the message that he got.
Yeah, about that time, that's when he comes up to tell them what's happening. Because remember, they try to call, and I can't remember if it was this part. They try to call the Kree to tell them about Ronan, and of course the Kree's like, I already signed your treaty. That's your problem.
Yeah, it's your problem. Yep. I think that was earlier though. Yeah.
Then that's when John C. Reilly shows up and goes, "Hey, got a message." And she's like, "Do you believe him?"
Well, I don't think you can be 100% dick.
Yeah. Oh, what was the message? What was the message?
The message is like, hey, there was no reason that he would come back because he would know he would be arrested. I'm
Yeah,
not 100% thick. Otherwise, I would not come back or something. And that's when
yeah,
Nova Prime asking if you believe him. Like, well, I don't think you could believe 100%. No, I mean, do you believe his intention or his whatever? Like, yes, I do.
yes, I
I
do.
mean, there's no reason for him to come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, except to
exactly.
help them.
And of course, one of the other leaders of the Nova Corps doesn't really want to go along.
No, he doesn't. He looks like a tight ass too, like very go by the book, like a Spock
Yeah,
type
I'd say
character.
he's the Captain America of the Nova Corps.
Captain America. You think so? I thought he would be more like Spock.
No,
No,
there's only one Spock.
I mean like his mannerism, like it doesn't make any sense. Like like we shouldn't believe this guy because his
Hey,
track record.
no, exactly. Well, I'm just saying Spock always makes sense. So,
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
I mean,
My
come
bad.
on. It may be illogical, but Spock always makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, like you could tell that I guess it's
Yeah,
just very straightforward. This guy. Yeah, he
yeah.
didn't
I
believe
mean,
him.
he's kind of like a soldier, the soldier guy.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
soldier. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying he's like Captain America. He's very straightforward. He's got the mission. He's got his eye on the ball. That's what he's going to do. So then of course, this is when we see the Ravagers attack the spacecraft.
Yes.
And of course, the plan is to blow a hole in the side of the Dark Aster.
Yes.
And then, of course, Yondu and Star Lord are going to fly their two different spaceships in there. They're going to fight the paper people.
Yes.
And they're going to take the orb,
Yes.
which is actually not an orb anymore because the dude put it in his hammer.
Yeah, it's in the hammer. Yep, they need to get the stone. And well, they talk about getting the stone to put it in that container anyway.
Yeah.
And then that's when
Well,
Nebula told him like, do
I
not
forgot.
touch it.
They gave everybody a container and they told them
Yeah.
not to touch it.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
when they let you know again, do not touch this because it will
Yeah.
kill you. Yep.
So yeah. So then they start off to take the plan. Of course, the rocket blows a hole in the side of the ship.
Yep. And then Yondu had to crash land because he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shoot Yondu down, and of course the Nova Corps show up and
At
then
the
make
time,
that.
yeah. That
Yeah.
big giant force
Yeah,
field.
they back them up. Actually, they save them. Yeah.
Yep.
Nova Corps save them, and then
And
that's when
that captain guy had to tell Quill, like, for the record, I did not want,
yeah.
want to back
But
up
the
this
funny
plan.
thing is he starts talking to Rocket. And he starts almost kind of taking orders from Rocket.
Yeah, he's all taking because yeah, he did. Yep, I like
And
that.
of course, they finally blow a hole in, and then of course, Star Lord makes it on, which is awesome because he flies through the hole and he turns the ship sideways, and of course Drax is in the back just screaming and laughing while he's shooting all those.
Yes. Isn't this the part where they got on the ship and that dude that they saw at the beginning called him Star Lord? Star Lord. Yes.
Yes. Yes, you see that. Yes, that guy calls him Star Lord.
Legendary outlaw. Oh gosh. Then it feels like obviously Peter's not as strong as Nebula, Groot, or Drax there.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Well,
I mean, he
not.
holds his own, but he uses a lot of gadgets and stuff while everybody fights hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, everybody's fighting.
And just shooting guns and using his angle thrusters.
Yeah, and of course, with Nebula goes after Gamora to stop
Yes.
Gamora.
So
Well,
the
everybody
sisters
pretty
fight.
much everybody goes after somebody in this deal.
Yep.
And they're fighting. They finally isn't it? What's the next? Do they finally? When do we see the scene with Yondu on the planet?
Oh, it's in the middle of all this.
Yeah, because
And
remember
then-
we see Yondu.
Yeah,
'cause
and
this
then
is when we find-
Ronan's Gunn told him to they ordered him to turn his Ravengers to the Nova Corps.
Yeah, I love this. And of course, he pulls his little arrow and does the whistling.
Yeah, he killed everybody in like
everything.
2 seconds.
I know, isn't that amazing? I was
It
like,
is
that's like
amazing.
this is actually one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Will it's like Breaking
I
Bad.
really like it. 'Cause, I mean, it was like, it's like this is funny. It's like this guy is like super powerful.
Oh yeah,
You
he's
know?
super
I
powerful
don't think it's
on
powerful
land.
because he's always just on the ship and he's just always telling he's going to eat somebody.
Yes.
But he's out there in front of all these people and he just wipes out everybody.
You know what we missed? That scene where he goes to that pawn shop with his first
yes,
officer, and he's asking him
we-
about like, "Hey, you have one of these little guys that that I could put on the deck of my chair because I like to see them wiggle when I fly
Yeah, I like
the
I
spaceship."
like to line them up. Yeah, I like to line
And the
them
guy is so like, I don't know if you're serious or making a joke. Like, oh, he is serious. Because at the end, like, they show him that he has that thing.
Yeah, Yeah, we that's a big deal, but we haven't got to that
No,
yet.
we haven't got to that yet. So, like, when Yondu kills all those people, that remind me of Breaking Bad. Have you ever seen that show?
Nope.
So there's a scene, right, that Walter kills a whole bunch of white supremacists in the window of 2 minutes with the three different prisons. Okay, is a huge thing. Like Walter White, like whatever is,
Yeah, I know
and
his character. I know the
so
character.
there's another scene, okay, with one of the comedians, Bill Burr, and this big
Yeah.
dude, right? They went to his store to get his money. So when these two see like like $6-7 million in the U-Haul storage thing, right? They're like, man, if we take this and go to Mexico, nobody will know. And Bill Burr's character is that this what, hey man, this dude kills 10 people in a 2 minute window. I don't think I want to do this. So that part like remind me because Yandu killed all those like 20 something guys, right? In like
Yeah.
just
And he
whistle in two
blew up one
seconds.
of the ships too.
Yeah, he blew one of the ship. That was so cool at the end, like when the thing just falls down. Like I didn't know how powerful that arrow was.
Yes, I didn't either. We don't know because we just see people are scared of it.
Yeah, I see why people are scared
I
of
mean,
it
we don't
now.
have. I mean, we have no inclination that Yondu's powerful at all. He's
No,
just a big.
because he
It
was the
turns out,
leader. That's why he's the leader.
yeah, we turns out he's the top dog for a reason.
He's top dog. That's why people are scared. Like that's why he runs a whole crew.
Yeah, that's why he's got a. Well, that's why he's got a pirate crew. He's a Ravager.
Yes.
Eventually, later we see all the Ravagers, which is
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, I know that
But
was awesome. I love it.
but we haven't learned about the Ravagers completely yet.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah.
of course, Ronan just tells all his people to start dive bomb because remember the Nova Corps builds a giant force field
Yeah,
against
the
all
force. I thought that was a cool idea. I never seen something like that before.
It was a cool idea in a way, but they lock around the ship and they can't do nothing now.
Yeah, they can't do anything.
So all the ships, other alien ships, start dive bombing the city.
Yes.
So that's when the Ravagers break off. They go under there and they start shooting.
And they start shooting up. Yeah, not to let the like Rocket gave that order. Do not let them touch the ground.
Yeah, it's like shooting Space Invaders.
Yes, it is. Right. It's very Space Invaders.
So they shoot the deal, and of course they go. They finally get in the room with Ronan. Remember?
Yes.
They get in that room with Ronan, and they got that gun, the gun that Rocket does. So they shoot it.
Yeah, they didn't really do anything to Ronan.
Well, yeah. You think he did it first, because
Yeah.
remember, there's nothing happens. Of course, all you see is just this kind of giant dent-in area on his chest.
Yep.
And
Like-
then he blasts him.
He blasts them, and then that's the part where that Captain dies, and that's when Rocket flew that thing right into Ronan.
Yeah, flies that thing right in the. It hits Ronan.
Yeah.
Takes out the whole control room. Kills all the pilots, and the whole spaceship does the crash.
Yes, and that's when Groot sacrificed himself so he could save everybody else.
Yeah, Groot grows all his tree branches and stuff. It reminds me of a bush I used to have.
Oh,
When I
really?
was-
It looks like a tree house inside,
Yeah,
that was
when
cool.
I was a kid, my parents had this bush, and it'd grow out real big and look like a giant ball.
Yeah.
But you could crawl through it, and there was an open area inside of it.
Wow.
It was neat. But
Oh.
anyhow,
So, like, that was the only time that Groot said something else, too. Instead of I am Groot, he said we are Groot.
we are Groot. Yeah.
Like,
Which-
you already know what he means by that time when he said that.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, though, the whole time he says I'm Groot, he's apparently saying something, because remember, Rocket always goes, oh, really?
Yeah, he's always answering that. You know what he's saying? Like, oh, really? Yeah.
But it's also the neat thing is because we also know his species is very rare because the collector saw him, remember? The
Like,
collector
is this
said,
your...
hey, let me
Yeah.
pay you now. But the collector knew what he was.
Yes.
It's just the collector's never seen
He's
one.
never seen one. I like it when they look at Rocket. It's like, is that your pet?
Yeah. He's being that's because he's being a jerk.
He's being such a jerk, too.
I know, because the collector kind of smiles.
Yeah, I forgot about that part that he wanted to pay for him now, so that when he dies, he can have it.
Yeah.
What a weird,
I'm sure.
what a weird way for an introduction for a person that you met for the first time.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, I'm sure the collector would have took him anyway.
Yeah.
Before he died. Because he's just kind of a shifty guy anyway.
Yeah, he's a very shifty guy. I like they picked the right actor to play this, Benicio del Toro.
And so the Dark Aster crashes.
Yep. And everybody crashes on the planet, and then Ronan is now on land.
Yeah, now Ronan is on land.
And that's the first time he said, now look at your Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes. And then they get their name.
Yep.
He's about the story, and I like it. And then all of a sudden you start hearing Peter Quill starts singing.
Yeah.
He's singing and he's dancing.
He's
And of
dancing
course,
like, dance off, bro. Come on. He's like, what the
yeah, I
hell are
know.
you
Well,
doing?
that's the thing, though, because Ronan can just destroy the planet right now. No
Yeah.
big deal. All he has to do. But he's like, he's like, what are you doing? He's never seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
This is just so weird to him. There's some guy dancing around singing a song. He's like, what are you doing?
He was so interested in, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm distracting you.
Yeah, I love it.
So the rocket can shoot him again.
No,
No, he didn't shoot him. He shoots the hammer.
Yeah, he shoots the hammer and
yeah,
shatters it. And of course, Ronan's then they're fighting for the stone because the stone starts to drop, and Ronan starts to reach it, and Peter jumps in there and grabs the stone.
Do you think Ronan could have picked, like, no, he touched the stone. That's how he put up in his hammer,
but
right?
probably not for a long period of time.
Yeah.
He could touch it probably long enough to put it in something. I mean, it looks like anybody can almost grab it long enough to put it in something.
Except for that slave girl, like the girl who works.
She held it for a while, but she couldn't put it in anything.
No, she couldn't. She exploded. Yeah.
If she would have had a hammer, she probably could have grabbed it and put it in the hammer.
Ah, okay.
She probably would have suffered from it, but who knows? I mean, I don't know what their physiology, how powerful they are. I mean, but we notice a lot of people can kind of touch it.
And then, like, it's Peter that grabs it first.
Yeah, it's Peter grabs it first. And then, of course, everybody starts to join in.
Yeah, it starts to join in. I didn't understand that part. It feels like is this like tug of war thing where like the power just transfer from one body to another because they have a reaction?
I don't know. I guess they thought if Peter was going to die, they wanted to join.
Oh, okay. So
if he's going to sacrifice himself. Yeah, because I bet in a way it looked like he was going to sacrifice himself. So
yeah,
they're like, we're all going to sacrifice ourselves. So everybody joins in, which probably actually just made him more powerful.
Yes, it make him pull apart, and he destroyed Ronan.
Yeah, and then he blows Ronan to.
He blows Ronan to whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, to nothingness. And of course, as soon as it's over, here's the Reavers again. I like it. He goes, "Hey boy," he goes, "I want that." He goes, "Yeah, you're gonna have to give me that." He's like, "I don't think we should give it to you because it's so powerful."
Yep.
And of course, you see him put it behind his back.
Yeah, he put it behind his back, but yeah.
And then he hands it to him.
Yep.
And he tells him, "Yondu, you do know you're not supposed to open that, right?"
Yes, I know. You're not supposed to open that. Yeah.
And of course, yeah, they fly off, and then of course Peter shows him he has the real one.
Yeah, he's a real one. I like, man, like that sucks. And he's like, yeah, I mean, he's gonna be really pissed when he finds out that it's not what he thinks it is in there. And Peter does the right thing. He gave it to the Nova Corps. And in exchange, they give him a new ship.
Yeah, well, they rebuilt his ship.
They rebuilt the ship, like that's why.
Well,
also, they took his blood sample because I guess they were interested because like why could he hold the Infinity Stone? They just didn't know. Then they find out that he's only half human, but they didn't know what the other stuff was.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he's happy about that. And of course, I like it because he also talks to John C. Reilly's character.
Yes.
And, like, so why did you do? In a way, it was like, why did you do this? He goes, well, I have a wife and kids. Yeah. And you saved them.
Yep. They're alive because of you. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're alive because of you. Then I like it. Of course, they ask him, so if we steal something.
Yeah, like that's stealing.
He tells them that they got rid of all their crimes.
Yeah, they pawn all this stuff. Yep.
Yeah, they got a clean slate, but they're like, so if we, that would be a crime. And they're like, Drax. So what if I rip somebody's?
Like the spine on us, like that's actually a murder. That's even worse. It's like they're so dumb.
Of course, well, Quill says he'll keep them in line. He's
I'll keep an eye on them.
But we also go back to Yondu. Yondu finally opens.
Yes, because he was curious, right? He's like, I don't think Quill was telling me the truth, like, so he opens it and it's a troll dog. Yeah.
Well, he already knew he got something, and he's happy about it. That's the thing that he's happy. And he has that troll dog.
He has that troll dog, and he puts it on that armrest.
That's also when we learned that first officer said something about, it's a good thing we didn't take him, we didn't deliver him to his father, huh?
Yeah, and that's what that was the thing. Like, oh my God, who is his father? That's a big deal in this movie for me.
It's gonna be a very big deal.
I know. I can't wait to see that. I mean, we already done.
I've already seen it.
I mean, like, no. I mean, I can't wait until we talk about that at that time.
Yeah, that was
but like, what was the pre-credit scene?
And the neat thing about this movie is actually not part of the Marvel, all the other Marvel movies we've seen. I mean,
No,
it has a link. It has the Infinity Stone. It's a link,
that's the link. Yeah.
but it's not really part of. Hey, you could just actually some. And I know a lot of people got into Marvel movies by watching this movie.
Yes.
You know,
I think
I
I
know most.
show Heather this movie first.
I know because you don't have to watch any of the Marvel movies. I mean, you don't have to watch any of the other MCU movies to watch this. You could actually
No.
watch this one and the second one and never watch the other ones, and everything will be
Yes.
fine. I mean, your life won't be as great because you failed to watch the other ones, but you could watch the other ones and blissfully, ignorantly be happy
Yeah.
and say, kind of, this is all there is to the MCU.
Wow.
Or you could watch these two movies and go, I need to watch the rest and
Yes.
be even happier and
No,
have
this one was a very good hold up
and
by
live
itself.
and die as a happy person with a full life.
No, no, I agree with you. Like this one's very good by itself. Like you don't have to watch all the other stuff. Like it's just a very entertaining movie by itself.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
it's almost it's a separate story. It's a separate.
it's a separate deal. You're right. I
It
like.
makes me wonder if they're going to approach other stories because they got the Avengers. If they own the Fantastic Four rights now and they own the X-Men rights, I wonder if they're going to approach it as the same deal.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
to me, they don't have to add everybody to the Avengers. I
No.
mean, and I mean, they can reference them, but I'd be because I mean, think of how big a movie that would be.
So
To have,
basically, they can do their own thing if they do
yes,
Fantastic Four this way. Yeah.
I think they could. I would think the Fantastic Four could have a movie where they cross over with the Avengers. But I can't see all the X-Men and the Avengers together and the Fantastic Four, all that because it's just going to be so many characters,
Yeah.
you know.
They
Because
can
it's
do their
already
own
kind of
thing.
crowded with the Avengers
Well, if you
sometimes.
think about it, like the Netflix Marvel stuff, they were their own thing for a while. Like
Yeah,
they never tied it in except they mentioned some stuff. That's really it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to let them do their thing because everything they've been made I've been happy with.
Yeah, it's been happy. I've been very happy with. There's nothing that really disappoint me when I see like, oh, I didn't like the way they did
Yeah,
this.
you never see me try to make a change account and say, "Hey, Marvel, please do this." Because remember, they had this movie called Batman versus Superman. Some
Yeah,
people liked it, some people didn't like it. I liked it, but they had a change account to make the next movie Justice League not so dark.
yeah.
I blame the change account for ruining.
So it's kind of like the transition from Batman Returns to Batman Forever.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to get it. I mean, fans always make these accounts to try to change things. I'm like, why don't you just sit back and watch the movie and shut up?
So just
I mean, come
take
on.
it as is. You're not in the decision chair, okay? You're
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
You're
come
not a
on.
producer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the democracy doesn't really work for good movies.
Yeah. All
I
right,
mean,
let's keep
come on,
going on.
democracy.
What happened at the pre-credit scene on this?
I don't remember this. Oh wait, the pre-credit scene. There was that's isn't that when we saw Yondu open the deal?
Is that the pre-credit scene? Just that?
Well, yeah, we also see him fly off because they also asked him what's he want to do. The post-credit scene is the only one I can remember now.
Yeah, the post-credit scene
Well,
is the only one I can
well,
remember
wait,
too.
before they leave, they do show that Rocket has that pot with the stick in it,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
and
that's
it has
right.
a
It's
face on
Groot
it,
dancing.
and it has a face on it,
It's
but
Groot
it's really
dancing while
strong.
Drax is cleaning his knife.
No, well, that's the last scene. No, before that, before the credits, when they start to take off,
Yeah,
Gamora says, "So where do you want to go, Captain?"
yeah. Want to do
But
something
there shows this
good?
pot. You do see the pot with the stick on it, and it does have a little face on it. It's not
Yes.
as big as the next one we'll see.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any arms yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have any
And
arms.
then,
And
of
he's
course,
just
we
like,
go to the post-credit scene, and that's when we see Groot dancing,
yes.
and you see Drax with his
Yeah, cleaning his knife.
cleaning his knife and
He's
then
like,
look,
look, and he stops. Yeah.
and that's it.
And the post-credit scene is the collector. They show the collector
Oh yes, the collector. We've almost forgot the
because
collector.
all his stuff blown up. You know.
Yeah, he's sitting there drinking,
Yep.
and the dog comes up and licks his face. And of course, you hear that. Why do you lick? Why do
No,
you
you
lick?
let him lick you like that. God, it's so gross.
Yeah. And of course, it goes over and shows us Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, and it's voiced by Steph Green.
Oh, I didn't know who it was voiced by.
Yeah, voiced by Steph Green. And then they
Yes,
show the creators of Howard the Duck, and that's how they end it. And then they
yes,
also I think they show Guardians of the Galaxy will return in Volume 2.
yep.
And that was
That's
the end
what
of
it
the
said.
movie.
Well, and all it says is Guardians of the Galaxy will return.
Yeah, it will return. Yeah, not in Volume 2. They will return.
So
I love it. That was just a great movie.
that was an awesome movie.
It reminded
And
me
it's
of
not, and I mean, it was completely unexpected.
no, I feel the same. It was completely unexpected.
Yeah,
I didn't know
because I
what to
remember
do. Yeah.
it went from me reading an article going, why would you make a Guardians of the Galaxy movie to who is these characters? And now I'm like, I love this movie.
I think this sets the tone where, like, well, when Disney picks something to do, right, they do it right, right?
Um,
No, like a
and
majority of the people who saw this movie didn't know what they were expecting, except like
I said that.
hardcores of, you know.
I said they get. I said they've gotten lucky with the MCU.
Oh, you think so? They got lucky.
Well, yeah, you can't say Disney's done it right because they did the other three Star Wars movies.
See, this is what happened when you don't have Kevin Feige. All right.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not saying all the next three Star Wars movies were horrible. They had their good points, but they also had some bad points.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, you're right. Star Wars wasn't as good as the MCU, like how it
yeah,
connects. You know,
I
they were
think
just
because I
trying to
mean,
do their own thing.
yeah, I think generally when people come to the audience, the majority of your audience is happy with what they got.
Yes.
But when Star Wars come out, your audience is really split.
You know, it's really funny. When they spend billions of dollars buying the Star Wars rights and the Marvel universe, right?
Yeah,
And then they were making so much money from it. They were able to upgrade like Disney World, Disneyland, all the attractions and merchandise, right? I made a joke where like they're making so much Star Wars and Marvel money, right? They starting to make their own animation live action. It's like, hey, we have so much money, we don't know what to do with. You know what we should do? We should make live actions of everything. Like, okay, what was the first one they did? Beauty and the Beast. Okay, live action. I accept that. Then they did Aladdin. Okay, live action. I accept that. Then they did Pinocchio. Live action. I accept that. They
yeah,
did Lady.
wait. They did Pinocchio.
I think they did Pinocchio. Oh no.
I
They
don't
did
think they
Lady
did
and the
Pinocchio.
Tramp. Remember Lady and the Tramp? When
Now I
Disney.
know the movie. I
Okay.
haven't seen that. I
So
don't
when
have. I have
Disney
not seen that
Plus.
live action.
So when Disney Plus rolled out, right? The first thing they market was Lady and the Tramp live action. Okay.
Okay.
It was a big deal because like, oh, it's animal. And then you know what else they did? That Disney spent a lot of money on? Lion King live action. From then on, I'm thinking like, isn't that just really good animation? They're not using real animals for this movie, right?
Yeah.
It's just really good
Very good
animation.
computer effects.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, what are they gonna make live action next on the old stuff?
I'm curious.
Or they
though.
make Mulan live
Yeah,
action.
Mulan is the next one they did. But I'm thinking eventually they're going to run out of cartoons to make. And then I
Oh,
guarantee you that.
I guess
Walt Disney.
isn't Cinderella what Snow White and the Huntsman, which also have Chris Hemsworth in it. That's
But
all
that wasn't
magnificent.
Disney.
Oh, that wasn't Disney?
No, I don't think that was Disney.
Okay.
What's that movie you just said?
Magnificent.
Yes,
Angelina
that's
Jolie.
Disney.
Oh, okay.
That was
Oh,
Disney.
yeah, I'm thinking
Yes.
of that. Yeah.
And there's two of her movies.
Yeah, two of those. Yep.
So yeah, and those are good. I actually saw those. Those are good, but those are not actually remakes of.
Yeah, it's just like a different telling, right?
It's just a different telling of a different point, and I like that. I don't really need somebody to redo the cartoon completely over again.
I know what the next one is. It's Cruella.
Yes,
That's
that's from a different point.
It's a different point. It's like a prequel to 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, which I don't know. I love 101 Dalmatians. Is one of my favorite Disney movies. Well,
Yeah.
Pinocchio is actually my most favorite.
Oh, you like Pinocchio? Yeah.
Yeah, I love Pinocchio. Because I would like to be a real boy too. And no fairy or cricket has ever showed up. I usually accidentally step on the cricket. I mean, it was an accident. Got in the way.
Jiminy Cricket.
And I kicked him across the floor. But that stuff happens in the real world, okay?
Oh, goodness. Yes.
I'm still waiting for the fairy to show up.
Wow. Hold on. So let me look. The next one is Age of Ultron.
Yes, Avengers.
Wow, I can't believe. You know what's really weird? Like Phase 1 and Phase 2, they both have 6 movies each.
Yeah.
Right? Phase 1 ended with the first
Yeah, what a
Avengers movie.
coincidence.
The what?
I said, what a coincidence.
Yeah, but
It's
then on
almost like they
Phase
planned
3,
that.
right? There's 13 movies, isn't it? No, 11 in Phase 3. Because after Age of Ultron, they ended Phase 2 with Ant-Man.
Yeah, which is odd.
Yeah, which is odd. But it's not like a big thing like the Avengers, But then they did that for Phase 3 too. The end of Phase 3 is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes.
Which is crazy because they have 2 Spider-Man movies. They brought out Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And they tied it all together in Infinity War. I just love how they do it, Shane.
Yeah, they did it. I mean, they have a good plan. And sometimes it does seem like it's a fly by their seat plan, but it's working.
It's working so well.
Working so well.
Not just the movies. Like I just finished watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it's actually pretty good. It's some slow at some points, but like no, I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the TV shows are going to be a little different. I hope they keep being successful as TV shows because they got so many.
Loki doesn't come out until June 11th, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So I'm going to end this one right here, and we're going to talk about Avengers: Age of Ultron next time. So let me end this out. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.